Hello everyone, this is G-Virus. I'm gonna hand everything over for hosting duties to Mondo Mantra. Mondo, take it away.
Hi guys, I'm Mondo Mantra, and we're going to be having a RE Revelations run with Solus Persona.
Hi. And Max will also be joining me for co-coms, just to have somebody else to bounce off of in terms of commentary. Yeah, but I think. Go ahead.
I've never played this game before, so I have no idea.
A lot of people, most of the games I run, most people don't, like, people know RE6, yes, but a lot of people don't know how the speedrun is. Rev 1, Rev 2, you don't see a lot of people know either, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But we will be doing New Game Casual for this run, and,
Just a quick heads up.
What's up?
We're not picking up Mondo, so we can hear you, your mic through OBS.
Okay.
But I'm guessing that your Discord is not routing through OBS.
Oh, hold up. Let me check that real quick then. I'll say it should. I always have audio problems.
Maybe his audio in Discord or Discord's audio is really low.
It might be. Like, what about, Max?
Me. It might just be my mic. I'm pretty quiet.
I'll say on my end you're quiet too. Like, you sound quiet, like through my headset. I think you're just a little quiet. I'm gonna try to see what I can do.
His volume on your end in Discord.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I said, Max is also joining me for this as well, so you might have to drag him into this. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, drag him to my help. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. I had to remind them that you're here to join me.
Like, wow, this is the quietest
group of people I've ever seen. Damn. But does Max sound okay? Because it might be just him is a little quiet.
Oh well, I wasn't here for the
few seconds. Yeah. But how's it sound now?
Everything's pretty quiet actually. I'm listening on the stream.
And everything still sounds quiet?
I hear myself really, really low as well.
I already have, like, the thing is I have mics and stuff set up all the way.
Could it be in your Windows audio mixer? If you right-click the sound icon in your taskbar to the right, and you hit volume mixer.
I was gonna say I have hold up. Sorry, people. I'm so sorry. But I don't see it.
Oh, that's fine. We'll fix it before we get going. No worries.
Yeah.
I did get a sneak peek of that costume though already.
Girl, it's so good. But you said because the thing is, what I'm using is a headset, so the audio might be a little bit different. How it's like carrying people might be the problems there. Because on my end, like the mics and stuff are loud as they can go.
Well, it's not really the mics; it's really Discord. The audio coming from Discord is
Discord. And how do I turn that up then? Hold up.
Well, in Discord you can see if we're all up at 200%.
That's what I'm about to look and see, because I probably do have it too low. That's one thing I hate about Discord is the fact it's so, like, sometimes they're really, really quiet.
Or if you go in your Discord settings in voice and video, under output device, if your bar is not at, you can crank everything up over 100%.
Yeah. I think it should. Is that a little too loud?
Oh, it's... Check, check.
Check, check.
Hello.
Test. Does it sound better?
I was gonna say, if you turn it up,
turn it up a bit more.
Turn it up in the Windows soundbar too. We might end up being very loud in your ears.
Check, check. How's it sound?
All right.
Sound okay?
Check, check.
Check.
Oh, now I can hear myself properly.
Okay. Yeah, I just boosted up all the sounds in Discord.
Mastermind?
Yes, I'm here.
Mondo?
Test, I guess. I'm here.
Okay. Does everyone sound better? Are y'all still too quiet?
Awesome.
I think it sounds pretty good now.
Okay. That's fine. I'm sorry about that. I thought I had it loud enough and I didn't.
No worries. It's all good.
Okay. But, don't crash game. Thank you. Salt tabbing is weird. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Are we still going though, or did you like?
We're good to go. We're ready to go on your mark. Just need a countdown.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right, on our mark. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm so hyped for this.
I'm never hyped
Episodic
for this.
Resident Evil.
But the thing is, this game, like, one thing about the Revelation series, they're all based off of books. The Rev 1 is Divine Comedy, and the Rev 2 is based off Metamorphosis, by, I think, a German author, where it talks about his, like, he randomly starts changing to a weird creature, and his family just starts disowning him. It's really weird. It's a really weird read. Now, Revelations 1 is based off Divine Comedy, very common. And the 3DS version of this as well. Like, whenever you go to, like, the loading screen or a new chapter, I believe, it'll actually show, like, little, like, parts of the original.
Quotes.
Yeah, Dante quotes or, like, text within the actual thing. It's really fascinating. And a lot of, like, things within that story, same with Rev 2, are very intertwined in the game. So it's very interesting. But as you can see, it takes place on a boat. Second game takes place on a boat, because I always forget about Dead Aim. Every time. I'm like, this is the only game that takes place on a boat, and my friends are like, you mean, what about Dead Aim? And I'm like, oh yeah, discount Dante and Ada.
Yeah, Gaiden also takes place on a ship. So,
oh yeah, it does! I haven't played Gaiden in so long. That was like my childhood game. Not a good game for childhood. But I love it, but it's so bad. But I do love it.
Poopy Penguin, I believe it's Franz Kafka for.
It is, yes. Yeah. I know it's Franz something, but I always butcher the last name, so I'm like, let's not accidentally insult people, because my pronunciation of stuff is god tier bad.
These are our first enemies that look a lot like naked zombies from like OG RE2, except they're more seafoody. There was a large lobster conversation earlier.
Are you talking about the pincers?
Sushi and seafood is going to come up.
They're called oozes. Like the default one's the oozes. They have like a weird tongue that may or may not look phallic, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, there's different forms of oozes. That one's the default ooze. But yeah, there'll be the main creatures for this game.
Well, they kind of look like halfway between the regenerators and with a big tongue.
I'm trying to. Oops, I messed that up. That's fine. But I'm trying to remember, I think something about what the virus, like the thing that causes the mutation does. It apparently causes like swelling in their skin, like with the water or whatever, and I think that's what causes the like that weird white rubbery kind of texture to it.
Yeah, it's very close to what happens with what actually happens with drowned victims.
Yeah.
When the virus is inputted into their bodies, it causes them to bloat, and then that's what causes them to have the lumpy texture. And then, of course, the paleness also comes from just the lack of pigment.
Yeah.
After the virus takes place.
Yeah, a lot of, of course, as obvious as it is, a lot of this game takes like things about drowning, about water. So if you have fear of water and boats, this game's for you, I guess.
I actually have a fear of swimming in deep water, so.
Oh, I've been in the ocean so much it doesn't bother me, but I understand that it's a really bad thing, especially like to get hit by the waves and stuff. That like.
So we're about to get our tutorial in what was my least favorite portion of this game.
Which one though? You don't like is it the Genesis or something else?
I do not like the scanner.
I actually like the Genesis, but I understand that. I don't like how Rev 2 does it, but we'll get on that, because I'm also playing that. Y'all suck with me. You poor sons of bitches. But, but yeah. I can understand, though, because it is a little slow. In addition to sometimes, like, the thing, I won't be doing it in this run, but what you can do is you can scan enemies, and there's a percentage up top. And, if you scan it up to 100%, you get a free herb. Which is nice for, like, the higher difficulty, like Inferno, where you basically die in, like, a hit, sometimes, or maybe two. But the thing is, you'll stay in the scanner for a little bit, and you're just vulnerable to get hit. Like, you're very vulnerable when you do it, if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, so this, like, first portion of the game that Solus is running through, and by far the best outfit, is...
Girl.
It's just the detail in the skin is
I love this
insane.
outfit, and here's the death. We will never be seeing her again, by the way. Never, ever.
But
Nope!
this first portion of the game actually sets up for like the tone of the game really, really well early on, because it provides all of the atmosphere, all of like the the storm outside and everything else, and obviously a death that comes out of nowhere.
From somebody you don't know, which that person, Rachel Foley, was actually shown as a like trailer for this game, and you see like a little trailer of her, and when like at that point where she dies.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, she just dies when you see her, and like I said, you never see her again, never ever. Anyway.
It's really because she never saw her death coming, because her hair covers her eyes.
Oh yeah. She cannot see anything. I'm impressed she can walk in a straight line. There is another thing in this game. I don't know if that is back there. I end up dodging. This game has a dodge mechanic. If you time right before they hit you, or supposed to like grab or hit you, you can dodge. And you have invincibility frames during this. And that is a key point of this game that people either really like or absolutely despise it. For understandable reasons. What do you think about the dodging mechanic in this game, Max? Have you played it?
I have a few times. I like it, especially on certain enemies later on in the run. Obviously I don't want to give up like too much spoilerino, but for some of the boss fights and stuff, because I'm just naturally bad. So in those regards, I like the dodge mechanic, to be honest.
Also, there is another thing. This game, you switch off between people. We have the Chris outfit, thanks to Max's request. I know you wanted that sailor outfit, boy. I normally don't run with this outfit, because it looks like he has the biggest wedgie of his life. But,
okay,
yeah.
I gotta be honest. It looks a little bit too cold for this outfit, and,
Well, Jessica's... hold on, we can turn around. Like, she's dressed fine. Like, she's in the winter coat and everything. She's okay. Chris is manly. The boulder punching will give him strength. This actually is, no? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it is before RE5, yes, because of the... I think this takes place, when was it? I'm trying to think. Does this takes place in 2009 or 2008? I'm trying to honestly remember when this game takes place year-wise. It's been so long.
I don't remember,
Because I know this does precede Lost in Nightmares. This game does precede Lost in Nightmares, and it does show that later. But I just don't remember what year this takes place in.
But obviously you can see at this point, Chris has already started working out. This game takes place after CVX as well, so Chris has already been, destroyed by Wesker in CVX. So he's now upset.
Alexia! Wesker whining to Alexia is always my favorite thing. I also like the fact that Chris's fucking pipe, he'll just talk and that thing never moves, never comes out of his mouth. It's just, like, permanently, he just hot glued that shit into his mouth. Like, this would never come out.
He wants to be as classy as possible by running, while running through this cold area.
Where it looks like, looks like he's wearing Vans as well. It's a good combat gear.
I mean, they're better running shoes than, say, tactical boots. So...
Excuse me, docs. Yeah, these are the little wolves. Ow! Oh, he hit me. I'll approve of that. I also have to say, Chris is very well shaven. He gets, really, smooth skin when he shaves. I give him props. I wish I could do that. Alright.
So is there, anything in particular, overall that we're doing here to, not get these wolves to attack us? Because
there are certain paths you can do, but it doesn't always work. It depends on the AI. But each area, only one dog will attack you. If you dodge it or take the hit, they won't attack you again. That's how the AI works. If you don't, if they, miss entirely and you don't try to dodge or get hit, another wolf will attack you. It's random which wolf it will be. But it's always been like that. In every version of this game, because I've played PC, PS3, PS4, and 3DS. And this one, Chris falls down and breaks his leg. It looks really weird, actually, the way it looks here. I think it's also the fact that this outfit shows his very manly calves. And basically now we're playing defend myself from dying. Go ahead.
So you also know that Solus picked up those BOW decoys. It's going to become very, very important.
Yeah, for this section. You can. The thing, there is a knife-only run of this. Good old 3 hours. It takes way too long to kill the bosses. But if you really want to suffer, you can watch Stephen May do that in his run, like, from a few years back. But, yeah, trying to, like, do knife-only in this section, or even this section of Inferno, can be really annoying, especially if you don't have any decoys. But yeah.
Also, keep in mind during this section, Jessica is taking absolutely the longest path to get to
she'll sit there and shoot. Sometimes she's extremely aggressive. Other times she just kind of sits there and stares at them like, that's a nice dog. I think I should get it with my Chihuahua. I think she makes a comment about Chihuahuas at one point in this. I do remember that. But yeah, she'll take forever. And this is a set spawn for each of these. Like, each wave is set to spawn. Should be throw the decoy now. And there is a set number. You do have to kill all of them. It's not one of those, like, maybe you can, like, survive. No, you have to kill every one of them. And if you run out of ammo, you gotta hope Jessica will do it for you.
Yeah, that's a big ask.
Yeah. Like I said, this part in Inferno can be really annoying. And that's the fact, sometimes the dogs will straight up ignore the decoys in this game. And I don't know why.
Well, the first couple that you throw are definitely smells like kibbles and bits, and there's one of them I know it's chosen at random by RNG. I'm just gonna use a bunch of speedrunning buzzwords real quick. That actually is Meow Mix, and therefore the dogs don't want anything to do with that, and so they ignore that one in particular.
Bruh, I have a dog. My dog will eat anything. I think we just got a really picky dogs. They want the finest cuisine by Gordon Ramsay. Damn, I missed the ladder. There's also things, like in this game, where you have to go, like, you'll go to, like, a certain co-op door or a door. One thing I don't like about this game, you have to wait for the dialogue to finish. Because you can't, a lot of times you cannot open a door until dialogue is finished, and I don't like that. Because I could have got to that co-op door, but I would still have to wait for Jessica or Chris to shut up for, like, 5 minutes.
I wonder if, I'm sure people have tried this already in terms of strategies and stuff, but in a lot of the Resident Evil games, the modern ones especially, you can do a lot of dialogue cancels by using explosives.
Certain parts of this game, no, because you literally have to wait for the dialogue finish. They'll still keep talking, even if you hit them with something. Like, gotcha. So, yeah, it's one of those where they'll keep going. I think you could do it a little bit in Rev 2, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be misremembering. But I think the Rev games are one of those you have to let, like, them finish. I know RE6 you can do the pause buffer to skip stuff. You can do grenade cancels at points. Like, it just depends on the game. But yeah, but this game, no, you gotta sit it out. Unless your computer's really buggy, and sometimes it just skips dialogue anyway. Because I've had that happen in Rev 2. Actually, it was on the PS4 version where there was a certain section where you had to walk until someone finishes their dialogue. Mm-hmm. And I was just able to run immediately, like, early on, and I'm sitting there going, like, what happened? Okay, I'll take it. Let's go. And that was the introduction to the dodge mechanic back there, which, in my opinion, should have been a little bit earlier. Because you had to dodge in order to kill this enemy, because you have no weapons currently. You basically got knocked out, and you have no weapons. That is supposed to be your, like, tutorial for the dodge, and I feel like they should have done that a little bit earlier, personally.
Like, Capcom just really wanted to destroy television at this point, and they were like, okay, you know what? This is where we're going to put it.
I know I know there's an extra mode a lot of people know about. That's one of the reasons why people really like the Revelation games. Raid mode, which is more of an archaic kind of thing where you kill enemies on stage so you can collect, like, parts and weapons to upgrade. And Ghost Ship, which is the final big level of this, that TV is glitched. Sometimes you can see it broken and static at the same time. It's great. It's like a weird texture issue for it.
So I've played single player on this a bunch of times, and I play a lot of New Game Plus because, I mean...
New Game Plus in this game is a lot of fun. That's usually what I run. Out of all the games I'm doing for this marathon, Rev 1 is literally the one I've ran the least. But yeah, it's New Game Plus for Rev 1's a lot of fun. I do really enjoy it, especially, like, each difficulty in this game. There's parts you can pick up for your weapons in the campaign. Each difficulty has different parts you can get. like, I think Inferno has a damage 7. There's Brass Knuckles, which ups your melee damage to 200%. Ow. You normally don't hit me, young man. Probably need to pick up this herb then. Thank you. I'm gonna pick up this herb.
You know, this time they were like, I heard you were in a marathon.
So I heard that you were doing something in front of people. Let's make you look like an idiot, look like a fool real quick. Nah, it should be fine. There's an herb right there. I will be picking up some extra herbs and stuff to make sure I don't get absolutely annihilated.
This actually reminds me a lot of the movie Ghost Ship, like in terms of like the art style and everything. That's
you think that might have been part of, like, that might have been inspiration. This area right here, which is obvious, is based off the RE1 mansion, because there's a lot of throwbacks to the RE1 mansion in this. Excuse me, you're being rude. But no, it has a really nice atmosphere, and I shouldn't have to worry about y'all anymore. But no. When was Ghost Ship made? I think I remember seeing the movie a little bit, but I don't think I've ever fully watched it.
A while back.
Ancient movie. Ancient! I'm gonna pick up this grenade here. Like I said, I'm taking some extra stuff. Because one thing about this run, it's quite tight in terms of ammo and stuff. So I'll be doing some extra stuff to make sure I don't block myself out of things.
Yeah, which is a really good idea because, yeah, like Sola said, I remember the few times that I attempted to run this game and being like, I have no ammo.
Oh, this game, damn it, this game when it comes to like in terms of speed running, you basically have to keep moving and pick up as less amount of ammo as you possibly can, and it's really tight. Especially for one certain boss that usually has ended many of my runs whenever I used to run this a bit more. And I think you might know which one I'm referring to. Maybe it's like one of the ones at the very end that kind of comes out of left field, in my opinion.
Well, there's a few of the bosses at the end that
there's one in particular that's it's a big old boy, to put it that way. Big old boy.
Okay. Then
yeah, that one's usually a run killer. That is a run killer if you don't have a lot of enough ammo for it. Luckily, this game, if you whatever weapons you have equipped, in terms of like the random little packages you'll see of ammo, they'll only give you the ammo you have weapons for the ammo for the weapons you have currently. So we'll mostly
which is a really cool like strategizing thing too.
Yeah.
That whole idea that it'll only give you ammo for the weapons that you currently have.
Yeah, there are some weapon, you'll see it obviously, it'll be the red for the handgun, blue for machine gun, like the usual, ammo for that will usually be in set spots. But yeah, for, the actual, ammo crates, that's, whatever weapons you have on you, thankfully. So it'll make it better, but this game also has upgrades for ammo capacity for each of your weapons. The rifle, which will be our main weapon, only has 20. So you basically, you only get, 20 extra bullets. And that can be very, very hard for certain things, especially if you're not good with rifles and your aim is not that good.
Me.
I'm hit and miss, so I don't blame you. Alright. Now this part we're in, by the way, this is in the past. Because this game likes to jump through time, and we're basically going to the past of what happened in terms of a place called Terra Grigia. Which will be mentioned again in Ref 2, so pay attention. Gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, this is talking about the destruction similar to, it's basically an homage to Raccoon City, to a degree. With the whole city's being overrun by the virus, a bunch of stuff's happening. And you're basically the last bit of survivors trying to escape. With Jessica and your pretty boy Raymond over here. This beautiful mug, he'll come back. I love you. Actually, I don't love you, but I'm gonna pretend I love you.
You mean Conan O'Brien?
Yeah, O'Brien is mentioned, but Morgan Lansdale mentioned O'Brien back there. Also,
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ronald McDonald.
Ron McDonald. It's actually, it's Ben Tennyson's grandpa, God. It's the same actor. But, by the way, in terms of this game, as well, the costume's optional. You can do whatever you want. The thing, it is recommended that you use, the diver Parker because of his axe, because it does so well with the hunters. But the thing is, if you play like through a fresh file, like first time starting up the game, you can't choose costumes till after. But it is recommended to use this because the actual usually one-shot the hunters if you hit them right.
Oh, that I didn't know. I actually like the default outfits in this game like a lot. I think they look relatively pretty good.
Besides Jessica's sweatsuit that we won't be seeing, as she's in her snow outfit right there. Just if you like leg and a good one booty cheek, only one booty cheek. The other one is sacred. You like Diver Jessica, but yeah, I usually like her snow outfit. I usually like Parker's FBD outfit, which is what the organization that Jessica and Parker and Raymond are working for at this point. I like that outfit, but like I said, it's so much better just to have Diver Parker for this. It makes Hunters so much easier.
Hey, can I interrupt you for a second?
What's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, I would read some donations.
Yes, go for it.
Perfect.
Hi, cool. We got a $5 donation from Master Freds, and he says, "Does Spirit Bomb mean $5 train?" I'm pretty sure it is. Also, Ice Offerys. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. They gave $5, and they say, "Revelation is one of my favorite Resident Evil game. Glad to see it in marathon. Hope
It's
the
such a
run
good
is
game.
doing well. Good luck."
Thank you. It's a really good game. One of my favorites in the series.
Also, since you two have such a nice, how should I say it, synergy together, would you like to read the next donations, Mastermind?
Oh, of course.
Alright, I'm gonna send you something on Discord.
Okay, sure. Would love to. I actually wanted to take a brief minute before you send that to thank the organizers real fast. I know this has probably already been done beforehand while I was in the silent room. But I wanted to thank that and also thank all the previous runners that have gone before for doing such a great job on their runs, and all the viewers and stuff for all the donations for such an awesome charity like the project.
I was say, sadly, I haven't been able to watch too much of the marathon because of what was happening to me today, which I won't go into because it's really not that important. But yes, from what I've seen, how much money we have raised, great job, keep it up. We do have all weekend, so hopefully we can raise as much as possible for this great cause.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me as well. It's a lot of fun to do marathons.
So this is what I like to call the worst horde mode of all time in the past. The hunters in every Resident Evil game are really bad.
This game is real bad because the hunters will instant kill you, which, by the way, I don't know why, I've had it to where sometimes they'll actually hit me, but not instant kill me, just put me, basically critical state. There is also a thing you can do. This game has really bad AI pathfinding. You can stand in front of this sign I'm at, and a lot of times they'll just go right here, and you just kind of do that for most of them, except for the ones that kind of spawn on the side. So if you want to help with that. But yeah, it's literally just wait for the elevator for this. Yeah, it's basically time to sit here and look beautiful. Well, that was a short one. And Jessica's doing her work. Sometimes she's a good meat shield for me. I've had her, block some stuff for me. She's really good at it. Keep it up. But yeah. And at least, Max, now you can see why people use the axe for this.
Yeah, I've never used the axe.
Yeah, I would. If you ever play it again, I recommend the axe. It makes it a lot easier.
Oh, I'll definitely be playing it again. 100%.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Almost there. Please. I'm also hoping Jessica will cooperate, because once you get into the elevator, you have to literally wait for Jessica to come into the elevator. Sometimes she'll do what she's doing right now, sit there and look beautiful, shoot a hunter, and stare at it blankly. Until you kill them all. It's my favorite.
Mood. I do the same thing. Mm-hmm.
I love death. It's I think she has a good thing for the creatures coming to kill her. And you know what? I understand. I love creatures coming to kill me in my sleep. Oh, she cooperated! Girl, thank you! You're so nice. Keep it up. There aren't too many Thankfully, this game isn't too many spots where you have to have the AI with you. A lot of times they'll just teleport to you. But there are a few areas where you literally cannot progress to the next area because it's considered like a loading screen or an event going on next.
For sure.
Yeah.
Also, while we're in this elevator having this lovely conversation, I can't
Smooch,
actually
smooch,
hear it,
smooch,
but
smooch.
I'm humming the woman from Ipanema in my head right now.
Well,
'cause
it
it's
doesn't have
great
the fact
overview.
that they weirdly flirt with each other sometimes, and I'm like, are y'all gonna go out? Y'all gonna date? And like, what's going on here?
No, she's working. So
Working in quotations as she basically bribes Parker for some lobster dinner. Which, you know what? I'm down for that. Bribe that man. Get I like free food, man. Free food and drink.
I forgot that they actually talked about lobster dinners and
Yeah, they did. They talked about that earlier.
That is some heavy foreshadowing.
Gotta keep the seafood thing going, man. What seafood? Go ahead.
Also enjoyed about the Revelations games, like Rev 1 and Rev 2, you know, obviously the RE Engine games that have come out recently look absolutely stunning. But the Revelations games do a stellar job with their, one of the things that gets me a lot is water graphics. And I think that Rev 1 and Rev 2 really kind of nail those graphics, and the games are very, very pretty.
I'll say Rev 1 was originally a 3DS title. Keep that in mind, this game was a 3DS exclusive for a bit until Capcom pulled an RE4. But yeah, this game was 3DS, and it looked really good on the 3DS. Which, by the way, if you want to look up Resident Evil Revelations 1 misprint, and you'll see the beautiful title of Revelatons on the side. It's so good. I actually have a copy of the game over there that actually has that misprint. It's great. I love it.
Oh, I feel bad for Sho because she's allergic to seafood.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Shrimp is so good, man. I'll let you know shrimp is delicious.
Yeah, I live on the Gulf Coast, so seafood is life.
Dude, I love seafood, but let's be honest, my true love is Mexican and Italian food.
Also, let it be said real quick that we are already over $3,000, everyone. So awesome job so far, getting up to that 3K hype. Let's keep it going.
With only a few hours, too. Nice.
Interesting fun fact. Interesting fun fact is now I am trying to do 3 things. So...
play that game. Read those donations. Talk to me. Talk to me, damn it.
I am here to be a voice of inspiration and motivation.
Notice me, senpai.
Also to talk about the obviously the speed tech and Revelations 1. I'm also trying to practice Outbreak in the background, and I will now be taking over host duties at least for a little bit. So if you guys want to get your donations in, I can read those out for you in real time when we get appropriate breaks. So get them in, yo. If you guys want to hear some impressions, I'll do some really bad impressions. Like, I mean, real bad. Like,
how's your Arnold?
I'm like pre-bulk Arnold. That's how bad.
Like a scrawny. I think you're basically scrawny Chris Voorhees. Like, get those roids in, man.
Oh, see, Speaker wants a Wesker Chris. For sure. Like an RE5 Wesker Chris. Not like a, stop it, Chris.
Stop it, Alexia.
Speaker wants the good old-fashioned Chris.
That really angry gusto Chris. Just keep in mind, Wesker got really insulted when Chris laughed at him. Bless him. So that man has some issues. Deep down inside, he wants Chris to notice him, senpai. Oh, I don't want to pick up the weapon again. I want to pick up the ammo behind it, please. Thank you, game. Alright, we got the big bad weapon of our run. We got the rifle. Which I do appreciate this game, because most of the Resident Evil games, in terms of the main weapon, is usually, like, for the modern, I should say, it's usually like Magnum and stuff. I like the fact that it's the rifle. It's different. It's nice. I suck at it.
It's one of the first games, actually, where they kind of changed this aspect to the way that they were doing Capcom, or the way that they were doing Resident Evil titles. Because, as Solus said, a lot of the old school ones, the male protagonist generally received a Magnum of some kind, and the female protagonist usually used a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
And that was like their main weapon of choice. And this one, obviously, you had the choice to pick whatever one. There is a Magnum in this game.
There is. Oop, I actually got the wrong handgun. Go ahead. It's fine. I just noticed I grabbed the wrong handgun. I'm like, oops!
Oh, this is my favorite boss.
Sure is. Oops, I messed it up. Oh well, that's fine. There's actually a thing, if you aim at a certain spot, you could stun lock him to 5 headshots and kill him. that way. I'm a little bad at doing it, so.
Actually, those first 3 really quick were very impressive.
Yeah, it's a very picky skill to thing to do. Stop shooting me, please. All right, I will grab this rifle.
Oh, good clean fight, yo!
Thank you.
We get some GGs and some easy claps in the chat for the Mayday guy? Well, F's in chat for the Mayday guy. Easy claps.
The Queen Zenobia. That is the comms officer. Really good boss. I really liked him because when I first played this game and hearing when you go into that area, the promenade, you just hear him say Mayday. You're like, oh no, and then you go to that lock, and you're like, oh god, no, I don't want it. I don't like it.
I honestly, I didn't even know what to expect.
I didn't either.
I was like, what is this?
Am I screwed? It's actually, your first time fighting it, in my opinion, it's kind of hard. Because that is another boss that has an instant kill. And if you're not ready for it, it's kind of jarring. You're like,
What's also really cool is this.
Let me actually grab the hit right hand.
One of the bosses in the game that comes back as a normal enemy. At some times later, which is interesting because I'm trying to figure out if this ship had more than one comms officer, or
it might have. This is a big ship, especially with some of the stuff that's going on. It probably did. But
imagine if you work on a ship and this virus only affects the comm officers in this way, and it's like, welcome to the new comm officers. Okay, no, I'm done. No. Well,
Barker, please. Okay. It's such an interesting mutation. It's really grotesque. I like the fact as well. He's still alive. He's still technically conscious to a degree because where I was trying to hit the critical point at the beginning part. That's still technically the comms officer. That little meaty flesh. It looks like a. Oh my god, my brain forgot what they're called. The twins, the infused twins. My brain conjoined. Thank you. My brain is I'm also halfway asleep, so I apologize because it's only almost 1 a.m. my time, yo. But yeah, it's a really cool concept. I like that. I like them a lot. There's also regular enemies called Skagdads, which are the weaker versions of that enemy to the comms officer, which a lot of people don't realize there's actually 2 different versions of it. So it's always interesting.
I mean, I think also, in terms of, the general oozes, there's also at least 2 forms of most of them.
Yeah, you got, let's see, I'm trying to think. You got normal ooze, you got the pincers, which is the 2 things. We are Feltra! Oh, you got the 2 things that have, the biggest fingers alive, which I can make, again, another joke that I'm not going to do. I want to try to keep it classy as possible. And then you got the shooters, the tricorns. Yeah, the tricorns, which is, the reason why they're called that is because their head's shaped like a tricorn, hat, which usually, a lot of sailors usually have.
It's what Jill's,
Pirate Jill's wearing.
Right now. Yeah, Pirate Jill's wearing one.
Interesting fact, a lot of people, that's a handprint. There is also, little things you can scan called handprints. They don't really, if you collect them all, you get an achievement, you get, special weapons, depending on how many you get. I think it's per 5. But we don't do it for this run. But it's a fun little thing to always try to search for. But yeah, an interesting fact, Jill's hat also does have her initials on it. It has a JV on the front. I sadly can't show you because how this camera is.
Dee, what is that costume? Only the best costume.
Oh, I love this costume. And when we swim, we can see her bloomers. The bloomers!
Okay, bloomer. So, I was going to ask chat this earlier. I said a couple names, but I want to know what chat thinks. For those of you that have played the game and those of you that haven't played the game, so we just saw our boy up top that gave us the anchor key to get into the casino area of the ship. Mm-hmm. I've called him a couple things. I want to know what celebrity or otherwise do you think?
It's secretly Cockewing from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Hmm.
Because one of my friends that we were watching JoJo, we're watching Stardust Crusader. I was watching it again, but it was the first time she was watching it. She looked at Raymond and she was like, wow, he looks like Cockewing. Now I can't unsee it. It's just literally Cockewing. To me, and no one else.
Oh, okay. So now this is a part that's super strange, the casino section of the game, because it does have a heavy RNG element to it.
Yeah, yes, it is. You can either get the slot to do it the first time. The like second, there's up to 4. I've had it one time where it glitched and it did it with like within 5 tries, so that was pretty ballin'. Because my luck is God tier. But yeah, it's like 1 through 4 chance of getting like what you need immediately. By the way, I don't understand why Jill couldn't just reach into the water and grab the coins. And it's like, I had to turn on this fountain first. Why don't you just, I don't know, do it? Like, just reach in and grab the coin. That's just normal fish. I never understood that.
Do you have a dedicated strategy for the order in which you hit these casino machines?
Nope, just whatever's closest.
Oh, cool.
It's literally RNG random. Like, it's random each time. Because I've gotten it first try, I've gotten it third, 4. It's usually either 1 or 4. Interesting fact, I'm going to scan this woman and pick it up, and it's a magnum shell in between her titties. You can try to plug that in if you want to. Anyway.
I did not know that either.
Also, that's a weight puzzle, and that is you can do that combination in variety of ways. You got to at least reach the weight of 107, and it's really simple to do. But I always do like 3 to 4 whenever I did it, so I want to keep the handgun a little bit longer for something later. So I'm going to be playing a little safe. And I picked up a critical 1, because the rifle is not 100% crit, which also can mess up the comms officer stun lock, because sometimes it just doesn't crit properly. Oh well, stuff happens. But it'll raise my crit, I think, up to 10 or 20% with crit 1.
And we're moving our way. We're making our way to the obligatory underwater level.
Oh god, the next area is so bad. I've met no one that likes that area. There's also, like, a lot of weird, I should say sequence skips. A lot of times they want you to go over, like for example, the previous area for the comms officer. They want you to actually go to the comm, area, look at the door, like, okay, we have to find the comms officer. Look, thankfully this game allows you just to go straight to where you need to go for the promenade. This area, they also expect you to go to that little, like, the elevator, go to it, like, oh, we need a key. Luckily, you just go straight into here. Like, there's a few other areas where you can do, like, little things like that, thankfully. Because I know some Resident Evil games are very picky about how you do order of things, like certain sequence of events. And I'm thankful that this game isn't one of them.
Yeah, so also you see Solus doing a lot of these light puzzles that you need, like, a screwdriver or whatever that you get early game in order to do it. So the whole idea is to get, like, the nodes on the individual lights without having the lines themselves cross over each other.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to, like, move them around.
Yeah. On the 3DS, you actually had to do the process of unscrewing the thing. And then doing it as well. Like, you had to actually unscrew the whole thing.
Yeah,
like
but we're speedrunners, and we don't even like when we have to watch door animations, so...
I know, right? But now, that was changed in the HD or the port of this. Like, the PS3 onwards does not have that. It's only 3DS version that has that little gimmick. I actually like the puzzle. It's like nice little things. Like a nice little simple thing. Like, oh, okay. Not bad. Sadly, a lot of this, like, other game has a bunch of stuff where you can find other weapons. There's, like, a shotgun, a few other things. Of course, in Speedrun, we don't need that because it takes too much time. So I am missing a bunch of good stuff, good atmosphere in this game. I'm not touching my harlot.
You know, fun fact that you're not going to see in the Speedrun is that this game has an absolute ton of weapons.
Oh, there's the Magnum. It takes way too long. There's shotgun. There's machine gun that I'm going to be avoiding coming up right about this door I can unlock here. Buy machine gun. I know you're beautiful. There are several handguns. There, like I said, for the handprints, you can get a semi-auto rifle. You can get another type of handgun. There's a few things you can get. There's actually 2 types of magnums. Like, you got the serpent, or not serpent. You got the regular old python, and you got the lightning hawk. But you can't pick up the lightning hawk. It is on the way to one of the areas. But again, you don't want to do that because it'll kind of disbalance the ammo placement trying to get more rifle. Because the rifle's going to do more damage in this game compared to the Magnum because of the critical hits.
Oh yeah, remember that person we're never gonna see again? Oh my god, she's back.
Oh, she looks like hentai. Anyway.
I don't understand how my ex got my address on this ship and she keeps coming after me. My god.
Yeah, obviously Rachel's a reference to RE3 in terms of, like, she's going to be coming, she's going to be following us. She will be chasing us. And she wants
I thought it was a reference to Friends. My bad. Okay.
So she is a good friend, I agree. I love when she slaps me, shows me her tongue through her weird split open head. It's really good. That's what I expect of my friends. Most of my friends don't do that, so they're all bad. But no, I actually really liked Rachel as a concept. I thought it was really cool. Like, she's an interesting boss. Really interesting gimmick. By the way, you, in this, you can, like, she'll run away at certain points. You basically want to try to kill her before she reaches the cafeteria area. Because that will lose time if you do it too slow. It can be really hard the first time through. Very hard. Go ahead, sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This shower room that you're currently in and was shooting Rachel in, that's like one of the, well, I mean, I know there's enemy respawns throughout the entire ship, of course, but I know in particular that room, like, respawns an enemy all 3 major times that you run through there.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So, which is also really interesting, because I remember being like, I don't want to enter this shower my first playthrough, because something's going to pop out of the shower stall. And lo and behold, something pops out of the shower stall, and then it does it again, and then it does it again. So
yeah, each time you go through, they'll spawn like new enemies. On higher difficulties, they'll spawn the walls, oh my god, what was it called? The wall blister, excuse me. I almost want to say splitter for some reason. The wall blister, which was added to the ports of this game. So that
was a really good fight.
Thank you. Yeah, it was that was added to the ports of this game, and they're very glitchy. The thing is, if they grab you, you're dead. You're just straight up dead. They're instant kills. They have such long wind-up times, it isn't as bad, thankfully. But in raid mode, sometimes they'll just fall through the floor. It's great. Just straight up fall through the floor. But yeah, I think in Inferno Mode, there's like a wall blister in there. There's like a bunch of stuff in that room sometimes, especially on higher difficulties. But she'll basically traverse through all the things. The cafeteria is the last area. And the thing is, Parker will meet you in there. And, of course, the AI is slower. You want him to be in this hallway because he'll get to the door faster. And the cafeteria is also a little bit weird to fight in. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Like, Rachel also, when she enters the cafeteria, she causes 2 more ooze to spawn in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, each, if you kill her actually in the first area, it doesn't do the spawns. Like, the rest of the area spawns will not be there, but if you don't kill her in the first area, it's they're all going to be there. Interesting fact, the key says number 4. I think it's an obvious trivia that even I think Silent Hill did. Number 4 basically is very close to pronunciation in Japanese language to death. So.
And it's right before the obligatory underwater level.
Oh my, I hate this level so much. Oh god.
But it's okay, because we've got previously on
Dragon Ball Z, man. But no, first we gotta meet the new cast of Quentin Keith, actually.
Oh, my favorite characters.
The 2 characters that everyone forgets about, that I forget about. No one likes them, really. But we're gonna pretend we care. I don't personally care for them. I like the fact that Quint's actor is an RE5, I think, in Desperate Escape. And you just hear him get in this game, you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, this is Quentin Keith. They are part of the BSAA. They're exploring things. I'm in a ninja outfit, because that's a good thing to be in the cold. Yeah. There's
this
also...
outfit is my spirit animal.
I actually really like this outfit. It's pretty cool. I like the fact that, hold on, let me do the melee. When you attack, you actually use the swords on his back. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that is super dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. I also like the tattoos and stuff. There's also an out of bounds I'm about to do. This game has a decent amount of out of bounds. And I'm generally bad at all of them. But we're going to pretend I'm going to do it first try. We're going to do it. I'm going to be bold and live. Alright, let me do this. This was actually discovered not too long ago. I think within last year. This was actually discovered. The other 2 that I'll be doing later in the run, they've been there since the beginning, or close to the beginning when Stephen made route to this. Basically what you do, you have to sit there when you're in that cutscene. You see, kind of, like, did the camera backwards, and, kind of did some weird stuff. You basically have to hold aim during that cutscene, and it'll, bake it to where you, oh, whoops, I actually did mess it up. I did mess it up, where you can just basically face through the wall. I accidentally messed that up because you're supposed to still be level to this, so you can pick it up while out of bounds. But yeah, you just go through the doors. Like, you just go straight through walls. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little skip, honestly.
I mean, I gotta say, I'm so shocked by what you just did that I'm absolutely floored. Or maybe I'm through the floor. I mean, I don't even know at this point.
But, do you want to walk the dinosaur?
Duh.
Oh god, the best level of this game, clearly. Let's go. This is the bilge. Everyone hates the bilge. If anyone says they like the bilge, they're a liar. Absolute liar. Okay. Alrighty.
But the bilge does give us an opportunity to be introduced to a new enemy.
2, actually.
Which are really bad.
Sea Creeper and just mutated fish. Sea Creeper looks, again, very phallic, but we're gonna avoid that. Okay, I'm gonna actually put up the handgun. Normally you put up the handgun before the Rachel fight, but I wanted to keep it just in case. So we're gonna rid that handgun, we're going strict rifle. So
This particular level is 100% the Jaws tagline. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, all of a sudden a manta ray looking thing jumps out at you and tries to eat your face.
he looks like the fossil, like a fossil to me.
Oh, Kabuto?
Thank you. Yeah, like he looks like that Pokemon. That's what it reminds me of. I call him other things, but again, I want to keep this marathon as classy as possible because I'm a very phallic person at points.
One of the other things that's also really cool about this game is that even though it does appear, or maybe not actually, hold on, I was trying to observe for a second, but it looks like Jill's run speed in water is very similar to her run speed on land.
Yeah, it doesn't decrease. Nope, it does not decrease. However, you cannot shoot the enemies if they're actually under the water. You can't shoot them, which makes sense if you're into like forensics and stuff, because they'll usually shoot the bullet in the water, try to get the bullet, blah 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 blah. But yeah, you can't actually shoot in the water to kill those creatures. You have to wait for them to come, like peek up, like hello, I'm here, and then shoot them.
Yeah, also, NoReset brings up a really, really good point, y'all, that it's, I believe it's, like they said, just over 3 hours before the Umbrella Chronicles run, which will be very, very good. We were talking, Solus and I were actually talking about Umbrella and Darkside Chronicles before the run, and how I find them to be amazing on-rail shooters, but they're amazing games because they're, like, retelling of some of the stories that we've already seen run so far in the marathon. And if we can reach $5,000... before that happens, we're less than $2,000 away for the Bale project. Then we can watch Umbrella Chronicles in all of its amazing glory.
Some of the cutscenes are actually really good. Even to this day, they're pretty solid.
So make sure to not only get those donations in to see all of that amazing cutscene goodness, but also because the Bale project is an awesome cause, and it's really an awesome charity to be able to represent and to be able to promote throughout the entirety of the marathon. I would highly suggest also, if anyone has any questions about the Bale Project, please make sure to go check out their website. They have one of the best charity website layouts that I've seen in a very long time in doing charity business on Twitch. And their UI is amazing. And they have a frequently asked questions section where you can do all of the research. Because research is very, very important when doing charity work. So please make sure to go check out their website. And even if you can't donate, that's perfectly fine. Just by spreading the word on social media about the marathon, or just spreading the word amongst your family and friends really, really goes a long way to helping us here on the channel reach our goals.
Indeed. Also, I made a little boo-boo, which I've done that before in many runs where I forgot to press that switch when going out. So, whoopsies. It's fine.
Kenny asks, what do the stairs at the top right indicate? He's talking about the RE1 stair gif that we have up there. Let me see if I can come up with an answer for you. Mainly it's because that's where a webcam would go. But let me give you a better answer. It is a representation of life that we are always striving to get towards.
They want you to stair skate up it.
Say what?
They want you to stair skate up it.
Exactly. So, and it is all about the eventual realization of the goal, but that takes a lot of hard work. So sometimes you have to go down the same staircase a bunch of times, like a bunch. So.
It's her Led Zeppelin. Was it Led Zeppelin? The Stairway to Heaven? Yeah, Led Zeppelin, I think. I don't know. I'm so bad at memorizing things.
Every single bottom of the stairs is another that's never happened before. Oh.
Or is that one picture was just nothing but staircases everywhere?
Oh, the MC Escher painting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ow! I hate this room. I hate dodging everything. The sea creatures are really pain in the ass to dodge. There you go.
As far, and I don't want to jinx it yet. I wasn't going to say it until you were completely out of the bilge, but I'm going to do it anyway. At least you haven't been, like, absolutely grabbed.
Yeah, interesting fact, that is one of the few, there are a few things you cannot dodge in this game. Most stuff you can dodge, that you can't dodge. Like, you can't do that little invincibility dodge that Jill does. That you just have to take that. You just take it. Oh, hey, do you like water? It's pretty cool. So, should we be concerned?
Nah.
I would like to go for a good swim, though. Good cold water. Make sure it's, like, below freezing. Gotta make sure I get hypothermia real quick.
Just get the CLR or the Drano and everything will be fine.
Oh, God.
Knock that hair clog right out of the shower drain.
Girl. We're back with these two numbnuts. And we're back to where... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Best characters in the game.
I would say, if you like him, cool. I just personally don't care for him. Keith is cool. Quinn, on the other hand, he's a little weird. He does make really weird, creepy comments about Jessica. Like, saying apparently he's watching her or some stuff. It's weird. Like, it's really weird. He does make a comment about that at one point.
Channeling a Steve Burnside.
He's actually that one dude in, Lester. One dude in GTA 5. I have cameras on everything, and I'm like, okay. That's a little funny. He even sounds like him, too, to be fair. Alright, here's one of the worst enemies in this game, the Invisible Hunters. Oh my god, I hate them.
I was actually going to make a mention of that. If y'all thought Hunters were bad in the other Resident Evil games, because they're pretty bad in most of them, try having the Invisible Hunters, and then, like, what if they would have combined the Invisible ones with the Poison Hunters from CVX?
I would cry.
I cry every time, so it's fine.
Well, the thing is, with this, like with the Invisible Hunters, they want you to see with the Genesis, like, hold up. Yeah, you can see them with the Genesis, like the outline of them. But you can kind of see them for a bit normally when they walk because of the snow pattern on the ground, like where you can see where they walk, in addition to, sometimes they'll kind of go out where you can see more of their outline. Thankfully, but I don't like them. I don't like fighting them. I don't like their existence.
That is true. The Invisible Hunters don't have insta-kills.
They do not. I would cry if they did.
Well, the main reason why they don't, at least what I believe from Capcom's perspective, is that generally before they attack...
They do that weird, like, pose, like, come at me, bro!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll pose, and then also a lot of the times, if they were to do that, they come uncloaked, and then destroy, and then come back. So,
yeah,
it's the extra animations that they put in there probably made it impossible. And maybe for once they felt bad for the player.
Fuck pity. No mercy, only suffering. I know.
All
thankfully, right. that area where you had to kill all the hunters. So thankfully, that area has set spawn to where they will spawn. So thankfully, it's easy once you play through it. But when I first got to that section, I was like, "Please God, no! Why? Why?"
Are you all ready, chat? Previously on Resident Evil Revelations.
It's a cool little thing. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I'm like, "Please God, no."
It is an insanely cool thing when you're playing the game casually for the first time.
And then afterwards, you're like, please shut up. Please shut up.
Yeah, when you're speedrunning the game, it's not...
Oh, Rev 2 does the same thing. And originally, Rev 2, which I'll probably mention when I run it again, because why not? It basically was episodic. So they released, like, one episode, wait a little bit, released two. Basically, they did the Walking Dead game kind of thing. And that's a whole nother discussion for another thing. So, it was interesting to at least see the previously for that, but when you run, like, when you speedrun the game, you're like, please, I just want to move on. I just want to go. Oh, excuse me. You are in my way.
Alright, so while Solus is dodging some zombies, I see Tony said, is this game worth buying? I would absolutely say yes. It's a great game. It has an amazing story.
Good soundtrack. Really, some good tunes, man.
And it goes on sale a lot. But in addition to that, speaking of...
Like I said, there is... Oh, go ahead, sorry. I should say.
No, go ahead first.
I was going to say, there's also a good, like, extra to this called Raid Mode. You can play co-op with a friend for both Rev 1 and Rev 2. It's an archaic thing where you select whatever character you want in the game, whenever you unlock them, of course. Their costumes and stuff, and you can level them up. You can get level up your you get weapons, you get parts. It's a very archaic RNG RPG kind of elements to it. It's a lot of fun to play through to see what you would get or see what you can customize your guns to do. But go ahead.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I just saw that number bump up there, and I see some stuff over here, so I just wanted to say that we got 2 donations in just a few seconds ago. I'm going to mispronounce at least one part or one of these names, so I apologize in advance. But Moa Sophia with the $50 so says 5K in 3 hours, I believe. Let's go.
Nice.
I changed it to belief, like Bulbasaur and stuff to be, yeah, okay. And Dee Dee donates $13.37 and says, this number needs to move a little, doesn't it? And it sure did. I'm trying to think, can we need... Oh, that out of bounds trick, though. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah, that is a very precise clip. If you don't know how to do it, it's really weird. And if you do it right, there's enemies that's supposed to spawn in this area. They don't spawn at all, so you just glide through it. But yeah, you only have to kill those 2 chainsaws to grab the key. Yeah, if you do that out of bounds, you ignore it. You can't do it on console, however, sadly. So it's only PC exclusive. But go ahead. That's a nice tattoo. Go for Anchor.
That was really cool. When people say they're falling for Chris, and Chris just turns around and is like, no, I'm falling for you, and then falls down 6 stories, that's how you know the man's in love.
Doesn't break his ankles or anything. He just kind of phases out of existence real quick and comes back in. It's like, I'm here! Surprise!
Wondering if they sacrifice the puzzle aspects for fast-paced action, or is there a blend? I would say...
It's a decent blend to a degree.
In terms of the variety of puzzles, I mean, there's at least 3 or 4 different ones, with the light puzzle being the most common. But, oh god, the bloater dudes.
They are some chunky chunk fucks.
Yeah, super chunk, but they go down really fast. They're some of the weakest enemies in terms of tankiness.
Yeah, they are. So, if you hit them actually at the knee, you can run by them. Usually, if they don't explode immediately. But it's good to have them explode because they also do damage to surrounding enemies. So again, since I did that clip, there's supposed to be enemies in these rooms. There's none here, so I just run through.
Oh, this is so nice. Also, Sophia, are you not comfortable with that in a good way?
Wait, what? Not comfortable with the what?
With the costume, the Chris costume.
Oh, I don't like the costume, but Max wanted it, and you know what? We got a piece. Everyone wants a good Chris wedgie in their face. Because by the way, his butt, his actual ass looks like the Ooze's ass. I'm not gonna lie.
Still better than RE1 Tire. So.
That's not wrong.
But we are making our way towards that $5,000 goal, guys, as Solus picks up the iron pipe for my least favorite section of the game.
His section's kind of dull, I will agree. Luckily, it doesn't take too long. It's 2 pipes, do this, and you're out of here.
But yeah, we are now above $3,100 for the charity, for the Bail Project, so let's keep it going. Let's keep the donations flowing in. I'll read them for you guys, and however you want me to read them, I guess. I told you I would do bad impressions. So, real bad.
I bet they're beautiful, don't deny it.
No, they're not.
Girl, don't deny yourself.
Also, I like how Jill, because this was brought up by Willow, that, you obviously have to go grab a second pipe, even though she could have turned the pipe around and used the straight in.
That requires Capcom to animate something new. Hush.
Yeah, Capcom logic, dude.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I want to check something real quick. I think I forgot. I can't do it because Parker's talking. I hate that about this game. You literally can't do stuff because people are talking in this game. Normally, I should have grabbed a part to increase my magazine clip for the rifle, and I think I forgot to do that. It's not a run kill or anything, but I think I realized I forgot to grab it earlier. It'll be fine. Like I said, I'm going to be picking up extra ammo anyway, so I'm good.
Then feels when you forget something on your route and you become the dog with the coffee mug in the fire room. Like,
this is fine. This is okay. Yeah, luckily it ain't going to be that big of a deal because, like I said, I'll be picking up extra ammo. But yeah, because the thing is, you get long magazine 1 and increases your clip, and it gives you like 4 extra ammo. That 4 extra ammo's God tier. Not gonna lie. Because, like I said, you only get the 20 you have in the your capacity, and then you get whatever's in your clip, and that's really tight for certain bosses later in this game. All right.
Speaker, are you referring to Rachel? Because the thing that was on Rachel's body was the bilge key.
Yeah, that's where you got it. Excuse me. That's the wall blister. It's a pretty sweet enemy. Let's bye, girl.
Oh, I call them aqua hunters.
But yeah, they have a long wind-up time. You can dodge their instant kill, but yeah, you can also, when you shoot them, to a degree, it'll stun them. You're not too bad, but like I said, if you get grabbed, you're dead. Unless you're able to throw a grenade a bit before you get grabbed to knock you out of it.
Because Solus, I don't want to make you nervous or anything. I think that's what someone's about to come in and say. I will let them say it. Go ahead.
What's up?
Hi, G-Virus here. I just came out of the shadows because I saw a little something that just got my attention here. Bog Basoup with the 766 people raid.
Don't be nervous.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Time to fill this boss coming up! Yeah!
At the perfect time.
Perfect timing.
Boss fight.
Nice. Yeah, we're coming up to a boss for this.
Well, welcome to NoReset Speedrun, everyone. From the Bog Basoup legions of fans and viewers, thank you so much for being with us. Right now, we are raising money for the bail project to support protesters and help them be able to post bail, despite being arrested unjustly. So, and my name is G-Virus. I'm the organizer and founder of NoReset, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for dropping by from the bottom of my heart. Right now, we have Solus Persona running Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 back to back, might I add, and Dr. Maxtermind is here with us as well. I was lurking in the background, and just as I sit down in front of my computer, this is what happens. So I guess I'll just walk away and come back in 5 minutes.
And then more amazing things could happen.
More amazing things. And I mean, we're trying to reach 5K before the end of the next run. So in about a little under 3 hours, give or take, in order to watch all cutscenes for the Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles. So not only is it a great cause, it's also an urgent one. We need to support the movement. We need to support people to help them demonstrate and protest and have their voices heard without the fear of repercussions from the legal system. And the Bail Project helps with that. And ultimately, the Bail Project, the end game is to abolish the bail system at all costs, because right now, basically, the legal system as it is kind of pay to win. And also,
they are EA games.
Yeah, and pretty much. And racism is the Resident Evil of this world. Let's just say that. And essentially, you're innocent until proven guilty if you can afford the luxury. And that's really what it comes down to. And that's what the Bail Project is fighting against. And with each and every single one of you, if we all come together, we're going to destroy our end goal of $10,000 way before the end of the marathon, and sky's the limit. We'll take this as far as we can go, and Black Lives Matter, and we're with all the protesters out there getting their voices heard. And thank you to everyone who joins in. And without further ado, I'm just going to give it back to Solus Persona and Dr. Maxtermind. Take it away.
Before I start anything, I'd like to say that read this donation out real quick. Baka Soup, Mr. Soup, getting the hype train started after that raid with a $50 donation saying, "Let's go." So, and I think Solus somehow heard it in her mind, and she just dominated that Pearl boss, that sniper Pearl turtle arm.
The barnacle thing? I call him Snail. He looks like a snail to me.
Am I the only one who read this in a Mario 64 voice?
No. I always read it as it. I always read it like that.
So we also have a $10 anonymous donation. No message, but thank you so much, Anonymous. We really do appreciate that donation. And Techno Kelvin coming in with a $20 donation as well. Thank you all so much for the donations toward the charity and your immense generosity towards the Bail Project. It really is a great cause, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Yo, boss, it's Parker.
What's up, boss?
Colonel.
Great Fox.
It's Gray Fox. Colonel, it's Gray Fox. Oh, here it comes again. Previously on Resident Evil Revelations. I know I'm either early or late every time with the delay.
You
but
are
it's okay.
you are quite late, but it's actually Revelatons. God, we gotta go with the beautiful typo.
Previously on Resident Evil Revelatons.
Revelatons. Makes it sound so classy and sophisticated somehow.
It's with that beautiful typo, it's just kiss.
Last time on the Resident Evil Revelations, oui. Actually, I speak French. I'm a French Canadian, so I can do that. I have the right to do so. It's fine.
It's fine.
That was great.
That was actually really good.
Like, our French does not sound like that at all, actually.
I think it's a little bit different, because I used to have a French Canadian friend. It does sound quite different, because don't please don't try to speak French to me. It's been so long since I've done it. Because I actually did take some French classes when I was in high school.
Our French
still.
is more like, ouais, quand t'amènes ton char au garage, t'as un râteau dans le crankshaft, tu sais.
See, now you sound like my girlfriend, because she's also French Canadian, so...
You're sitting there going like, I don't like this.
There you go.
I'm concerned.
He's like, what the hell did that guy just...
Omelette du fromage.
I was waiting for that. I'm waiting for that Dexter Laboratory joke.
I love Dexter.
It's so good.
Say it again, Dexter. Omelette
du fromage. Oh, let me walk a bit.
Alright, so at least we got rid of... What do you call him? Snail?
I call him Snail. It's clearly a Barkle thing. I don't know how to pronounce his actual name. I'm not going to butcher it.
Oh, no, to actually pronounce the actual monster's name, you have to, like, swallow your tongue in order to actually be able to say it.
I'm good, fam. I like to keep my tongue where it is.
Also, no, don't feel under pressure, but we got another raid coming in from Speedy Biscuit.
Girl. Actually, I do want to check this real quick.
Raiders.
Okay, I didn't pick it up. That's fine. Oh, wait. But, what was the raid again? I'm sorry.
What was it? Oh, it was from Spoody Biscuit, sorry.
Nice. Yeah, I think I was talking a little over, like, talking to myself. I was like, oops, my bad. But thank you for the raid.
Raiders. Again, my name is Dr. Maximind. I'm here with G-Virus and Solus Persona. Playing speedrunning some Revelations 1. And then after this, Solus will also be speedrunning Revelations 2. We've had a lot of awesome runners come beforehand on the Speedrun Marathon, which we're doing to raise money for the Bail Project. And if G-Virus, if you wanna talk about the Bail Project some more, that'd be
Of
dope.
course, it'll be my absolute pleasure. So the Bail Project is basically, it's a national nonprofit organization designed to combat mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system, one person at a time. Essentially, they believe that paying bail for someone in need is an act of resistance against the system that criminalizes race and poverty, and an act of solidarity with local communities and movements for decarceration. Over the next few years, the Bail Project will open dozens of sites in high-need jurisdictions with the goal of paying bail for tens of thousands of low-income Americans, all while collecting stories and data that prove money bail is not necessary to ensure people return to court. We won't stop until meaningful change is achieved and the presumption of innocence is no longer for sale, because right now you're innocent until proven guilty if you can afford it. And that's basically, no one likes pay to win. Everyone likes a fair fight, and this is not it. So...
And another really, I was gonna say another really cool thing about the Bail Project is the way that it works out in terms of the actual process. They have a really cool graphic on their website, if no one's seen it yet, that shows the actual kind of revolving aspect to the Bail Project in terms of when it's successfully applied, the money comes back and can be used to post bail for other people as well.
So it's basically the gift that keeps on giving, quite literally, and. Because that's the way bail works. Once you've posted bail, once you've gone through your whole legal process, and you get to the end of it, because their theory is that it's pretty much a deposit that you get back if you go to court. Like, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what it is. But it doesn't make sense, because either way, it just doesn't work. And the Bail Project is trying to level the playing field for everyone out there. And right now, with all the protests going on, and all the protesters being unlawfully and unjustly arrested under quite often false claims. Well, the Bell Project is there for them, and right now their work is more urgent than ever with everything that's been happening. So every single donation counts, every single dollar. So keep them coming, and thank you everyone who's been donating.
Yeah, so I did want to say, Solus, that was extremely impressive, that hunter section before you launch the UAV or open up the container that has a UAV in it, because, like, my aim is awful in general.
My aim is thankfully decent. I actually was really bad at that area originally until I learned the set spawns for it. But even then, I still mess it up occasionally. So, but yeah, thank you. Thank God
Also,
it went smoothly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kyle, I believe the schedule's right there, but I believe it does not end until midnight Monday morning? Sunday night, Monday morning? Or Sunday 8 p.m. Okay. I didn't know if it was like different for like my time zone or something. Oh, okay.
It probably is. It's that's Eastern time. That's our
okay. Got you. Yeah. Another thing is we did just get another $20 donation from Anonymous. So thank you so much, Anonymous, Anon-E-Mouse. Oh, I hate this Titanic portion of the run.
Me too. You can usually run past them, but sometimes they don't care. As you see, they'll just block you or hit you anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. So I just kind of have to wing it.
Yeah, so thank you all so much for all the donations. Yes. We're now over 3,200 doll hairs for this awesome cause. So, thank you all so much. And again, thank you all, Spooty Biscuit and Bach, for the awesome raids and for hanging out with us for a bit.
Come on, Parker. Come into my elevator.
Parker would like to use the stairs.
If he can find them. Oh, he wants to pull a Chris. Just fall through that floor. But yeah, so here's the long elevator ride.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's start a $5 hype train. $5. Let's see if we can get one going.
I mean, if you can buy a Subway sandwich, you can donate, so come on.
I can go without my coffee for the day tomorrow, for sure. Oh, I have to run 3 runs tomorrow. That's going to be...
Don't worry. I'm already excited for RE6, my weird delusional tiredness going there. Rachel's right there. Isn't she cool? We're going to ignore her now. Bye!
Let me go ahead and get this started. It's a man of my word. It's
Girl.
very, very easy. I drink coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, so it costs like half price for Starbucks, so...
Oh no, he blocked me. I also can't see! I can't see! Oh no! That was horrible. No! Nothing I could have done there either. No! That's fine. Luckily, this game has decent checkpoint systems.
You just died. You lost all your souls.
Thank you. I have a soul?
I mean, that was kind of the irony of
exactly.
Caught up on it.
Oh, it's such a common joke. I sometimes forget about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot my name. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the thing is, you want to, of course, run by him. Sometimes he'll just block you, of course, and you have, like, he does... Oh, no.
We already have our first $5 donation. I was trying to get it started, but it took me too long to type all the stuff in. But I am going to mispronounce this one, too. But I'm just going to go with... I know that I believe they actually an organizer or a host for NoReset as well. But Keishi with the $5 donation... with the message, I heard train, I like trains, get me a ticket please. Well, right now, not only did you get your ticket to ride, but you're also the conductor for now.
But is he the conductor of the RE0 train?
Well, I see that a certain Dr. Max, I wonder who that is, donated $5 and says, for such a great cause, giving up 1 coffee is worth it. And I'll let you carry on with the rest.
Yeah, we also have 8-Bit Amethyst with the $100 donation. So, 8-Bit Amethyst with the crazy generosity. Thank you so very much with the message. Black Lives Matter. Also, thank you for your solidarity and your speed runs.
Thank you, 8-Bit.
Yeah. So, I hope I didn't mispronounce Keishi's name.
That's Keishi. You got it right.
My chat, who's also named Keishi from Brazil, and so I'm like, we also have a $20 donation actually from Willow the Whisper that says, Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick. and the clap of my charity speedrunning marathon keeps alerting the guards.
Oh my god.
Metal Gear.
Here. And then also a $5 donation from the speaker that says 5, 5, 5. 5 more fives. 5 more 5 mores. Say that 5 times fast.
I'll say it honestly. Sounds like you're trying to
5 more, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more.
Sounds like you're trying to speak a new language to me. I'm like, where?
I gotta be honest, I'm gonna say you nailed it. So
Okay, I'm gonna say it super fast. Ready?
Did you guys hear that? If you weren't listening, you didn't hear it, but I'm gonna say, as someone that has great observational skills, humble brag, that he nailed that. So
So you can observe with your ears and your eyes.
of course, because it's my brand. My brand. Mechanical Queen donates $10 and says, "All aboard the RE train. This is a wonderful cause, and let's keep it going, everyone." All right,
that train's keeping it going.
We were rocking it out.
Oh yeah, because we got more. They keep coming in. It ain't stopping.
Nah, it's exactly like the Resident Evil 0 train. It doesn't stop until we crash through the $5,000 goal and then have to deal with a bunch of leeches for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, the Resident Evil series as a whole has a pretty intense love-hate relationship with trains. I'll say that, and it's only fitting.
A little bit.
We have a $10 donation from Nico that says, "Have you heard about the train going into all the Umbrella Chronicles cutscenes? Because I sure don't want to miss it." That train has a special name. It's called the Polar Express.
I was waiting for that comment. I was like, someone doesn't do it soon. I'm going to be like, I love the Polar Express. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Explain this swimming out of bounds before I read a couple more donations?
Basically, you have...
Is this a Zelda speedrun? What's going on?
It is. This game does have a few out of bounds. Basically, you have to make sure you go into the corner enough to be able to jump down and basically kind of clip into the wall a bit, and you just are able to swim. In this game, however, if you do out of bounds, you'll actually insta-die in a few seconds normally, like within like a few seconds. If you're in the water, though, you can stay out of bounds as long as you want. But basically,
really cool.
Basically, you use it to skip to the casino, because if you saw the entire layout, you had to swim through all of that to get to it. Basically, you just go to it, swim to the side a bit, and there's certain set markers you have to kind of look out for on the map and in the actual black void of the thing, and that's where you just kind of have to do certain go certain ways. It is a very weird glitched out of bounds trick to learn, because
I love how the doors just spontaneously pop up.
Oh, dude! If you're underwater out of bounds, and you try to open up like the equipment box next to it or the door, just like with the X button, it'll basically have Jill stand there, and you just soft lock the game.
We've got a $5 donation from the speaker while we do. I don't like this part either. with the I always mess it up though. I think it's just because my aim is awful again. But we have a $5 donation from the speaker that says, "Another 5 for that dummy thick reading." And then it says, "This is the After Hours crew, so I think this is okay. If it's not, my apologies in advance."
Honestly, considering the hours, but also the series that we're covering, I mean, we're seeing people eating people's brains and.
True.
I don't know what you're talking about. Resident Evil is a kid-friendly game series.
A scientist that's been infected by a virus/parasites that aims to impregnate his own daughter because of the DNA match. Talk about Dr. Birkin here with the virus. I doubt that reading that is a problem at this point.
Oh, but it says, "Right in, squeeze my hog."
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Also, if y'all haven't had the time to go to YouTube lately and just watch the video of Snake asking unnecessary questions back to NPCs, please do so. It is like 20 minutes worth of pure entertainment.
Also, if you haven't, look up Crab Battle.
Oh, God.
Crab Battle.
Oh, God.
Take out a tank.
It has a knife. It's got a knife. Crab Battle. And also, oh, gee whiz, I hope a tank doesn't totally come out of nowhere and own me. That's another one.
Dude, Metal Gear awesome. It is so good. Alright, so while Solus continues to fight off
bot wounds.
these tentacle monsters. Willow also donated another $5 and says, "I bet my sister my breakfast that the skin on my toes doesn't duplicate its DNA.
Excuse me?
Mitosis my toes if my toes did mitosis."
Oh my god.
That was
Wow.
rough. I had a brain hesitation for a second because I was like, wait.
Wow.
That
Well
was
then.
really good.
My brain just committed Sudoku. Oh
And it
my
put the
god.
9 in the wrong spot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's all zeros and ones at this point.
I love binary. It's my favorite language from my
I'm
brain.
an IT guy, so I mean.
That's what you do!
Let's
Exactly.
keep the minigun fight.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been able to do that without taking at least dying before I get right to the boat.
This funny part is, if you have enough herbs, you can do absolutely nothing and live through, like, go through it. If you
Because
really
that's
want
really
to.
cool about this game too, because it automatically applies your herbs to your body when you're low on health, correct?
No, you die.
Oh, or it's a macro or something. Like it's one button press.
Yeah, it's triangle button, yes.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, you can choose not to heal if you're in critical. Oh, well, stop following me for the booty.
That has two meanings because you're in a pirate outfit.
Exactly,
That is true.
and clearly not being followed by really phallic-looking things. Look at the magnet from Apes.
Also, Toady, I don't know if I'd be able to answer. Solus would be able to answer your first question.
What's up?
But there is, as the game takes place on a ship, and since the ship is sinking at this point, there is a lot of swimming involved in kind of like the mid to late game here. But after this, and in the first part of the game, it's actually a lot of exploring the ship and everything. Tony basically asked, they've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I guess is what the last one. And they asked which one is closest to the style of this game.
Like in terms of like out of those games that he mentioned.
I would guess like gameplay and mechanic wise.
To be fair, if you're talking about actual mechanics and gameplay, like how it plays, it's similar to 5 because it's based off like the 5's like gameplay engine. Like you see by the moves, a bit more flow to it, yes. But if you're talking about like in terms of like be able to explore and all that, probably more akin to like the classics and stuff. Because you get
especially
like
in terms of the atmosphere.
Yeah. Like you do a lot of exploration. Of course, I'm going right all past that. You can find weapons laying around. Like it's a lot of fun. But if you want something a bit more action, maybe a bit more exploring with no puzzles, 5. Like I said, this game's very similar to the RE5 like gameplay engine.
So this one's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Willow donates another $10 and says, "My Japanese instructor claims he can hear money speak to him. Sensei, sensei, sensei."
Okay. Bitchin'.
Wow.
Yep.
I kind of like, okay, that one just sounded weird to me, and I'm like, what?
Well, I think we're about to become best friends because these donation methods or messages are like top tier.
But it is a donation method at this point.
I was gonna say it's clearly a method.
And there is madness in the method, I'll say that.
Oh. I was like, I thought it might have been like a bad dad joke. Well, which is redundant, but then it went into the tongue twister. I was like, okay.
Yeah, those things I can never do those properly because I try to speak too fast sometimes, and it just turns to the weirdest like bout of weird word slurs, and I'm like, what is happening?
Oh, so this is a really cool enemy that's coming up here.
The
when you're
shark
trapped
shields.
in this. Yeah.
Oh, did it a little too
Basically,
early.
like Shark Knight from like the Round Table, because he's got himself a sword and a shield.
Sure does. The shield sadly has a way too big of a hitbox at points, in my opinion. Because sometimes you could be aiming like way above it and it still hits. And I accidentally fired too early because he does have invincibility frames for all of that. And you basically want to hit as soon as you can so you can stun lock him. I end up firing a little too early, so I end up messing it up. But luckily I have pulse grenades because Chris is nice. You're nice to me, Chris. You and your wedgie outfit. Come here.
That's right. See, and the enemy had a sword and a shield. Pokemon copied Resident Evil Revelations.
That enemy's also interesting. If the thing is, you want to try to kill it with a headshot so it dies instantly. If you do too much damage to either the upper portion or the lower portion, it'll break off. Like if you do too much damage to the lower portion, it'll break off to just the upper portion. It'll be like a weird ground crawling thing. Or if you do too much to the upper portion, it'll just become an electrical thing of legs, and it'll stun lock you through the power of electricity. It's pretty ballin'. But yeah, it's a really cool enemy. I like it. So I always like the design of it. And if you really want to do something interesting, you go to extremely low textures, and it just looks like the biggest plastic toy of the world.
Also, I just want to make a mention that we're only about $121.63 away from 3,500. So
Then-
I think we can get there.
Not only that, I'm pretty sure we can clear 4K before the end of this run, and then 5K before the end of the next, and that legitimately would blow my mind. Like, I would probably have to like clean my floors and everything with brains everywhere. It's
I don't know how I would be able to sleep after that. I think my runs are like super early tomorrow.
don't worry, man. It happens all the time. They just pop in, like, Free Healthcare Canada. They just pop a new brain in. It's all good.
So are you saying you're an android?
My body is probably 70% consisted of poutine and rude French words.
Ah, don't worry. The Americans are probably filled with hamburgers, beer, and probably other things.
We're probably very American then.
Willow donates $5 and says, I just so happen to have a phobia of over-engineered apartment buildings. It's a complex. Alright, let me pick some.
Which word would you use to qualify the map complex from GoldenEye 64?
Is that the one where you land in the bathroom at the beginning?
The bunker?
No, that's facility.
That was a silo, isn't it? I don't remember. God, I haven't played that game in a
It's
minute.
the very industrial looking one that doesn't. It's not even in the campaign. It just is.
Oh, like one of the extra levels. Yeah.
Well, yes and no. And there's like those invisible walls that not invisible, but basically some walls that you can go through and hide. And there's like this air duct that connects two parts of the map. It's complex. I don't know how to describe it. It's a mainstay of GoldenEye 64 multiplayer.
I forgot I need to turn these on.
See, in multiplayer, I spent most of my time yelling at my friends for picking odd job than actually paying attention to the maps or the gameplay.
That's probably a very accurate description of the GoldenEye 64 experience.
A little bit.
Back in the day.
And so Solus is about to enter the actual good horde mode, the one that I like much better than the first one.
Oh, this section in Inferno Mode is insane. I forgot to turn on the power for this, so I was thinking ahead. But yeah, this part of Inferno is annoying. I personally don't care for it, so I don't really care for the hoarding sections like this. But
you have to play as the best characters in the game.
No, it's just I'm not the biggest fan of these. The thing is, as well, if too much stuff gets near Quint over there, it'll slow things down. Because it is set to a timer to a degree, and it is based on kill counts, like you have to kill all the enemies for this.
Also, Eli, thank you for the good luck for Solus.
Much obliged, thank you.
And thank you for the Black Lives Matter. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, DDG has a good point. Picking odd job is how you lose all your friends. It's the first-person shooter version of stealing a Mario Party star.
Oh, I love some good Mario Party. Most of my friends never play with me anymore.
Most of my friends I played with aren't my friends anymore.
Did you play Mario Party 2 and use that big old boo in the horror stage?
Pretty sure I did.
I've done that before. Just steal everyone's stars.
The genie lamp at the end.
Oh, or better yet, like in Mario Party 3, when someone gets close to the star, you use that one lamp that just moves the star. Just be mean.
I mean, Mario Kart was fine up until they introduced blue shells, and then friendships were shattered forever.
You know, I actually lost more friends playing Risk than I ever
lost
playing anything else.
Really? That's an interesting game for that.
Oh, there was more backstabbing in a game of Risk than there was in the entirety of Game of Thrones, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Also, we have a $10 donation from Didi, and unfortunately I can't do an accurate impression for this because there's people sleeping across the hallway.
Oh my
but
god.
the donation reads, I'll just read it in a different way. Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away the shake-up. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. Congrats, you are now the first person ever to actually say these Chop Suey lyrics.
All right, and now I'm actually gonna try and say it the way you're supposed to because I can't just, So wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. I just got figure with a shake up. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, creating another fable. You were to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You were to. I discussed figure with a shake up. You were to. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You were to. I don't think you trust, and that's where I'm stopping.
I don't know. That was great.
Copyright infringement. Anyway. Denied.
I will be honest and say that I was bobbing my head the entire time.
So was I, actually. And now we get copyright strike. The VOD gets muted. Right
if
there.
the VOD gets muted, you should be very impressed with yourself.
I don't know. Sometimes Twitch and YouTube got some weird way to find quote-unquote copyright.
I was about to say, I sing Beyond the Sea and Kiss from a Rose on my stream all the time, and have yet to be copyright strike. But that's because I can't sing, so it's fine.
Just make sure it's slightly off
So
key.
I should be good.
Willow with the $5 donation says, when your friend's watch reads 158, your watch reads 2222. If you want these to stop, break the 5K barrier. Gauntlet has been thrown, chat. Now is your moment.
Oh man, the Willow just sent another one your way. Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was another one. That's the one you just read. I thought it was the second one. I'm like, man, Willow's like on fire
Willow
tonight.
says donate. Donate now.
Willow just sitting over there with like a stack of fives, like.
Thank God I went to my bank today to get nothing but fives. All fives, nothing else.
Oh man.
There we go. Now it's just to wait for Quint to finish, because I kill all the enemies. Let's fire into the wall.
Honestly, if we break 5K before the end of the next round, I'm gonna be so like honestly. Not that I'm not saying in the way that I doubt it. I'm just saying like if it actually happens, like I'm gonna be really happy because we're gonna be well on our way for 10K because we're gonna have like we're not even a third in to the marathon and we're halfway. Well, we would be halfway through the end goal, and that would be amazing. And it's a great cause, and it's an important cause at that, and it feels good all around for all reasons that I can think of.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than watching a community come together to back something so amazing. And as I say that, Chris in his sailor costume pops up, and I...
You're like, wait, you just get whiplash like, oh my! Oh my!
It was the shades. But what I was saying was it's always awesome, as a charity streamer, to see a community come together behind such an awesome cause. And I always say this when I'm doing charity stuff all the time, is that any amount above 0 and any awareness is perfect, right? And it means that you've done something great. But when you hit those ultimate goals, it is an absolute adrenaline rush and insane, insane kind of happy moment, because it's like, oh my gosh, like this was awesome. And actually, I'm gonna be mad because I'll be asleep during part of the next round, and if y'all hit it, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm super happy. And also
Just take a screenshot for you.
So we also have a $10 donation. Oh no, I'm definitely gonna mispronounce this one. Okay. $10
Damn it.
donation from Sikri that says, hi and epic hugs. I almost said extra hugs, but epic hugs.
Extra epic hugs.
I don't say extra hugs are down. I'm always bad at this little laser section. There we go.
That is like the best all caps scream I can do currently, without someone coming into my room and being like,
"Shut up!"
By the way, Snake, there are lasers there.
Yeah, there is a set path for the lasers. I just don't remember them, so I'm just going to do it this way.
I mean, But have you died? But did you die though?
That's what my friend says whenever she's driving. Like, but did you die? And I'm like, almost.
I've actually died to those lasers before. I feel a little embarrassed. Either to those lasers or right after those lasers.
Oh, those lasers on Inferno will destroy you. Alright. Time to do this. Press this button. Look at that man. That's the same model that was in the chair. You guys didn't see it, but there is a dude in a chair, and he will give you good things from his stomach. He'll give you ammo. Let me reload this.
It also looks very reminiscent of the pose that Marvin takes in the RPG in Resident Evil 2 Classic.
Yeah, it does. I never noticed that, but yeah, you're actually right. There we go.
Yeah, actually right. Most of the time I'm not. So
only 2% of the time. Only 2.
2% of the time I'm right every time. Also, it's really good to see this hype train continuing to move along. Choo choo ka-choo. You don't want to disappoint Tom Hanks and little animated boy in the Polar Express. So let's keep the Polar Express rolling towards all cutscenes in Umbrella Chronicles, because who doesn't want a nice, snug Umbrella Chronicles Kojima experience?
I mean, you know, movie night with NoReset sounds kind of cool, actually. I can get behind that.
I agree. I like this idea.
And, you know, movie means popcorn, and popcorn's always good, you know, so...
What kind of popcorn do y'all like? I know it's a random question, but I've been craving popcorn, and you just brought it up
extra
again.
Buttery with like a shitload of ketchup flavoring powdered on top.
Oh, Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, wow, that sounds Canadian as fuck.
Oh, yeah. And then on top of that, I drop a poutine.
and a mousse for extra flavor. Gotta have the mousse.
Yeah, actually some mousse. It's a mousse made out of mousse.
Oh.
It's very upscale. And then on top of it,
very classy.
Yes, and because a mousse needs to be served fresh, it's served on top of a miniature igloo.
Damn.
And, yeah, but it's pretty costly. It's pretty costly. It'll run you about 15 beaver pelts at least.
Only 15. Damn. Oh, I did pick up that.
Yeah.
No, the last time I was in Canada, I had ketchup chips, and I had beaver tails. Beaver tails?
Beaver tails, yes.
Yeah, because I was at. I kept calling it Baldenage, even though that's not how you pronounce it whatsoever.
What?
The Ballon Blanc, I'm guessing, is what you're referring to.
It's a giant ice carving thing in Ottawa.
Oh, okay, no, then it's not the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The Ballon Blanc is essentially like a rave that lasts a full weekend outside.
That sounds fun.
Outside, and everyone's
that's
freezing
cool.
their asses off. It's amazing.
I mean, that's like, don't you want to do a rave while you're freezing slowly in a giant leather coat?
See, so that part that Solus just got done doing and got back up here, I think that's one of the, if not the no, there's one more. I was gonna say the final like big swim that you have to take.
Yeah, there's one more coming up after this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You finally fight like this giant thing that's outside. Well, you didn't really fight it, but like you at least got to see it for a second before you, turned on all the things that you want to see, and also you get to see kind of like the big baddie in the shadows here. Who I'm totally drawing a blank, even though I know his name.
Morgan Lansdale.
There you go, Lansdale. I'm like, oh my god, what is his name?
Oh my god.
Also, we have a $5 donation from Dee Dee that says, 6 sleek swans swam swiftly southwards, 6 sleek swans swam swiftly southwards. It moved down while I was reading. 6 sleek swans swam swiftly southwards. I just got a list of the hardest tongue twisters. You're in for a treat. Oh my god, Dee Dee also went to the bank today and got a bunch of $5 bills and it's making it rain. He sounds like a real estate agent. Welcome to Lansdale and Lansdale.
The way he acts, yeah, I have to agree, and he dresses like one too.
But he has a prolific beard.
He really does.
Insane. It's fantastic. Also, Willow with another $5. A train of modestly sized donations loose on the open road, originating from an old feudal state. A highway hype train of 5 lanes made from time travel Fufgades. What's the donations for G-Virus to sing the rest of Chop Suey?
20,000 at this point. Like,
AKA no.
I mean, AKA like.
I mean, it would be 20K for a good cause, but
You're gonna have to work for it for a good cause. That's what I'm saying.
We gotta get a duet going. That would be pretty dope. Some
Yep.
Twitch sings.
Twitch sings Chop Suey.
Previously on Resident Evil Rebel Tolls.
the entire cast sings Chop Suey.
Oh my god. The last charity duet I did was A Whole New World with another charity streamer. And I, because my voice is higher registered, unfortunately had to do the Jasmine part. So.
Actually, I was at a LAN ETS. It's a huge LAN party where we're having one of our events, live events in Montreal, and I was walking down the aisles just to see what people were up to during one of my breaks, and there's this guy who was streaming live, and he, like, one of my friends was sitting with him. He's like, he points at me, says something to the guy. I'm like, what? The guy sits me down. He's on Twitch thing was not out back then, but it was some kind of like karaoke that he had set up on his stream, and he starts Rap God by Eminem.
Nice.
So I'm like, I look at my friend, I'm like, I hate you. I hate you so much right now. And people were like, he's not going to do the whole thing, you know, and I'm like, well, I mean, what are you guys doing? Okay, well, you guys are raising money that we're doing Extra Life, I think. I'm like, okay, well, if I do it, everyone in chat, and you had like 50 viewers, I'm like, $20 each if I do the whole thing. And not everyone followed through. Honestly, I think it was more than half, though, so that was pretty good. But yeah, I did the whole song. Everyone was like, okay, fine, I get it. We'll pay up. And that was a good time.
Those enemies played very, very nice. So
they did. It's because the thing is, what I did with Parker, when you can run around the hunters and you don't have to kill them. But the thing is, sometimes again they'll block you, and you're gonna take an insta kill. You're like that the pose they did, that weird, like that Macho Man looking pose. That's their insta kill. That's their indication they're about to go for it. So if they don't cooperate, you're dying. But thankfully they did. Most of the time they do, but I've had like 1 or 2 runs where like, no, hold up, that's not allowed.
We have 2 donations that just came in. A $20 donation from Willow that says, I'm sorry in advance for this one, but Scuba Scooby-Doo Scuba Dude scooped Scuba Scooby-Doo Scuba Doo-Doo, dude dutifully duty-doing scooping Scuba
Now if you can do that in Shaggy's voice.
Oh my god. Is that a scoop? Dupe Scuba Scooby-Doo scooping Scuba Scooby-Doo's Scuba Doo-Doo's Scuba Doo-Doo.
It sounds like you're trying to say Scuba. Some point sounds like you're trying to say you're Scuba Steve, and I'm like, okay.
That was a thing of beauty, absolute beauty.
When I had longer hair, actually, I do.
I think this is.
I look a lot like Shaggy. I actually have a currency reward called Shaggy Cosplay Stream, which is just me in a green shirt.
It's actually amazing.
Just in case, obviously, chat doesn't know what I look like yet. They will tomorrow when I haven't had my coffee. But I look like a mix between Shaggy and Rick Moranis. Let it sink in, chat. Breathe it in. We also have a $5 donation from the speaker. I don't know why Lansdale tries. It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
No, Chris, don't run for me.
But don't stab the man.
I didn't stab him. I just aimed a rifle at his face.
She doesn't want to stab him. She wants to remotely punch him with a bullet.
He doesn't need to smoke. Smoke is not good for him. So instead of just doing it the normal way and just take it out of his mouth, I'm going to shoot out of his mouth. God.
All right, chat. Less than $57 away from 3,500. Let's get there. I'll be very, very excited. What's up, Gaming Flamingo? How you doing today? I almost made a really bad dad joke. I was going to be like, hi, New. I'm Max.
Oh, my God.
Man, honestly, at this point, if 10% of the viewership we had donated $10 each, we would pretty much beat the whole event's record right now.
There we go.
There we go. So, Keep donating, everyone. Keep up the good work. We've been doing some amazing progress, though, today. It's been insane. And I say today because I haven't gone to sleep yet. But,
Sleep is for the weak.
oh, yeah.
As in
I would-
W-E-K. Like, sleep every day in the week, it's fine.
No, never. I will grab
This
some
is
extra.
basically, this portion that Solus is doing right now is basically just a slower form of an escort mission.
Yeah, and it's really annoying, in my opinion, because, yeah, you can't dodge in this. Like, you can't dodge in this form. Luckily, they have a bunch of barrels and stuff to help out, but it does get a little annoying. Come on.
Yeah, it works out really well considering that Jill at this point in the game, as she's carrying Parker, who is a hefty dude. Like,
Hey, a big burly boy. And you do use his handgun. You use his government handgun, which is a really nice handgun. I do like it. It's so even if you don't have a handgun, because I know some people did like when this game I think came out, I actually did test out and see if you would be soft locked if you didn't carry a handgun with you. But no, you automatically get his handgun, so you don't have to worry about carrying one to this part.
thanks for the help, Chris.
Shh, he's trying. God, he's distracting him with his very beautiful pecs.
We have a
God.
$5 donation for Pete. It says, can you can a canned can into an uncanned can like a canner can a canned can into an uncanned can? But
What?
seriously, though, can you?
I know, can you? Ow.
I feel like
Yes.
if I had a canner and PhD, I could probably do it. Can we get those?
Almost at 3,500,
We are.
which in turn turns us closer to 3,500. I mean, what did I just say? Yeah, words. So
I think-
something,
Something,
3,500,
dark side.
which brings us closer to 4,000, which in turns brings us closer to 5,000, which will unlock all the cutscenes for Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. I'm
And
just
also-
waiting. That's the run where I get sleep, but I'm just gonna get cozy and watch the movie, basically with my ketchup Canadian popcorn.
Blessed.
Which would be great because I've also heard through the grapevine, even though he said nothing about this, but I'm absolutely volunteering. But it looks like Dee Dee, if we get to $5,000, will be trying to put a canned can into an uncanned can.
Whoa!
That's what I got out of that donation right there.
Try being the key operative here, right?
For sure. Oh, he'll also be doing it while doing a can.
Well, that's a can-do attitude, and I like it.
How many more puns can we keep up?
About cans?
Do you think he would dance the French can doing that
I think you'd have to.
at this point?
Candy can?
I mean, if you were about to can some sweets and you kind of changed your mind, you would have canned candies.
My spleen is hurting, bro.
I believe in you both. I'm
Might not
not
believe this.
participating in this.
I'm not even looking them up. I'm broken. That's
gvirus.exe cannot be found. Poor
Yeah,
Net.
exactly.
She'll never get it back.
process is not responding.
He'll slowly
Oh,
become that
and-
Sonic
and-
EXE.
Wait or end task.
I actually said it too early. This is the Titanic portion of the ship that I absolutely despise.
Oh, this is horrible. Oops.
It's
I
funny
should,
because I think at one
kept
point,
running.
Wait,
I
is
assume
this
it's the
Donkey
life
Kong? Well,
Yeah,
this just reminded me of Donkey Kong with the barrels coming at you.
Yeah, there's some. I should have just kept running, but I didn't think about it. So I'm dumb. Come on.
So
Yeah,
hold
it's.
on, Rose. Hold on.
I'll never let go, Jack, you liar.
Never
You
like.
let it go at the end and he sank.
There was enough room on that door. God damn it.
No, let him drown. Let him drown.
That's what the Oscar committee did every year.
All right, now we're also coming to my favorite boss. I can't even lie. Getting to my least favorite boss in this entire game.
Tangled webs.
Yep, that's the episode name. We're going to go.
I'm not sure about this boss though. I have a really bad sinking feeling.
It's if you're speedrunning it, this is the boss that can actually end your run if you don't have enough ammo. Luckily, there is rockets that drop. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'll say there are infinite rockets that drop, thankfully, but of course, if you want to do it fast as you can, you want to, of course, try to kill them like really quickly. But it's really hard. It's a very hard boss to do.
What is that thing?
I believe it is the T-Abyss virus in a blue whale.
Yes, I think it's a whale. Okay.
Oh.
We did pick up a rocket, and the thing is, you fire at him, and you can pick up this other rocket, and you can keep it for the final boss of this game. But yeah, it's basically a whale, and you just have to kill all his little tentacle things.
Okay, so it's Free Willy meets the thing.
Basically. I mean, look at him. Isn't he cute? Like,
Now with more
God.
tentacles. By the way, in case y'all didn't notice, we are now over $3,500 with a $52 donation from Willow the Whisperer that says, if you must cross a course cow across a crowded cow crossing, cross the course cow across the crowded cow crossing carefully, or if you prefer, imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie.
What?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
That's a good one. I like that.
That was a really good one. That was a $52 tongue twister right there. And it's not only is it a tongue twister, but it's also a mind bender.
That was also a really good boss. Hell yeah.
Oh
There
yeah,
you go, clean, dude.
it's just bleeding all over the place.
Oh,
Who's gonna
no,
clean up?
it's not that, Sadler. We gotta do another gun torrent section real quick. With this
It's
big old
never
boy.
over until you use the Gatling gun.
This is the time Resident Evil, we're like, we like Gatling guns, and I'm like, why? Please stop.
Defeat the giant enemy.
Yeah, I don't remember their actual name, like the actual name of this thing, but I just know I hate it, and I hate that it exists.
Let's call it T Willy.
Damn.
It's a really well designed boss though, in terms of like the strategies that you have to use for it. In addition, I think like the Excella fight in RE5 kind of took some of the aspects of the first part of this fight, phase 1, to heart when they were doing that fight. But it's also like the intricate detail.
Rep 1 came out after RE5.
Oh, okay, so sorry.
This game takes in terms of the time, like an actual like story chronological. This is before RE5. It doesn't. It didn't come out till like what 2012. Yeah, it was like it came out after RE5.
We tried to do everything in chronological order for the main series. For the side entries, we just cheated a little bit, but you know.
I mean, it's fine.
So one of the things that you notice also is that these worm protrusions, I'll call it that, they don't really have iframes when they initially burst out. So if you shoot them super early, they just kind of like pop out and then fall.
Yeah.
And it's like, thank God.
And usually you get like the little like the bomb or whatever. It does regenerate, and if you hit it in a certain spot, you can kill 2 of them with 1. You can also do that with the rocket in the previous section. If you hit at a certain spot on the side, it's very risky on New Game. But if you hit a certain side, you can kill 2 of the little tentacles in one go. Because you need to kill all 4 to go to this section I'm in now. But it's risky.
These things are disgusting.
Yeah, this boss is actually really disgusting looking, to be fair.
That's Cronenberg at his finest.
That movie's really good.
We just Cronenberg the whole universe, Morty.
Oh God.
Oh, I do love some Rick and Morty, man.
Oh, same.
So good. I need to catch up on it. Like, I've watched a little bit of it, but I stopped watching because I got distracted with like 20 other things in my life.
Yeah, I've yet to watch the latest season.
I haven't watched that either, but eventually I'll get to it. Eventually.
I'll get to it. I'll just watch everything.
Same with the new season of American Horror Story that came out a bit ago. I was like, I'll get to it eventually. Still haven't gotten to it.
Me, it's like my summer TV show that I was super excited about that just started again is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just love that show.
Dude, it's really weird because I like to play Until Dawn, and I just see that actor as like I think it was Josh. In Until Dawn. Like just seeing him there, I was like, oh god, this is weird.
You mean one of the actor in?
Yeah, one of the actors from Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually in Until Dawn. Yeah, he's actually one of the characters.
Rami Malek, who at the time I was like, oh damn, it's Elliot from Mr. Robot, and he gets chopped in 2. from the waist down.
Oh, are you talking about Until Dawn? That's Josh.
Yeah.
Josh is he a little cray, it's a little crazy. Just a dish. And we killed him. It's dead as fuck. But the thing is, now the evidence of the virus existing in Morgan that clearly caused Terra Grecia's terrorist attack is now null and void. And by the way, speaking of Terra Grecia,
blue whales that exist in the ocean.
Only one, and also all the other fish surrounding the area, possibly the manta rays, the sharks. None of that exists. It's just that one whale in that near that area. Come on. Alright, this is the final Terra Grecia area, and I hate it. I hate it a lot. Did I not press it? Girl. Hello, Jessica.
This one's pretty good. The first Terra Grecia level, like, in previous time, is definitely better.
I agree. This section, because this takes place before, like the first one. Like, so this is before the one you play at 3-1. So, and it can be really difficult because you don't start out, like, you don't barely start out with any ammo. And if you're not good at dodging or good with dealing with the hunters, it'll give you a bad time. Or if you don't have the Parker axe, which is God tier.
If you pizza when you should have French fried, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh, man.
So, also, we did surpass that 3,500, but don't forget, that's not the end goal before the end of the run. The end goal for G-Virus to, like, lose his absolute mind is 4K. If we can get there as Parker saves Ronald McDonald again.
It's Cocuin God.
It's Conan O'Brien.
It's Cocuin! Also, you don't want the hunters to sit there and do that with Raymond, or you don't want Raymond to stun him. You want them to jump over so you can slash them, but Raymond was being bad. Bad Raymond. You deserve that injury on your leg.
That is Conan O'Brien.
Come here.
Thank you.
And, but I'll say this. Yes, I would lose my mind, but I would lose my absolute mind if we made it to 5K before the end of the next run.
That would be. I think that would break all of us. We're like, wait, what?
My Maxi Sense will proc while I'm sleeping, and I'll be like, wait, let me get to my computer real quick.
Your eyes will open, and you'll be like, what happened?
My spidey senses are tingling.
Yep.
Pick up this herb for safety. I know you're hurt, Raymond. It's okay, Cocuin. You can summon your stand later. We'll teach you how to do it. Yeah. You need to die, because you're going to get in my way now.
Yeah, so at this point, we're basically trying to get Raymond back to that, like, main office conference room where O'Brien and Lansdale were.
Yeah, slowly making our way downtown.
Because the rest of the BSAA is actually working remotely from home due to the pandemic, so they're trying to make it to their Zoom meeting. Damn
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And instead of leaving him in this really secure, safe room, we're gonna put him out in the open hallway real quick. Hold up. We gotta set him over her. Because that's where you put people. Not in a secure area, in an open area where he clearly cannot get hurt later.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yep, just throw him right at this door. Sit there. Sit there, young man.
Didi says, wouldn't be the first time we managed to raise $1,000 in the span of one run. Shout out to, I'm assuming that's the runner, Lan ETS. Or that was the event that you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
And the run was 35 minutes long.
Damn, what run was that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Didi will be able to enlighten us. What run was it, and which edition of
Every time you say Didi, I know who you're talking about, but I just think again of Dexter's Laboratory. What is this button doing? He just like nukes the entire place. Like, nope. But yeah. Alright. But yeah, I'm curious to see what run that would be, especially if it's 35 minutes, 1,035. That's really good. Fantastic. Ow. Don't hurt me. Grab this. Okay, yep, 4. Also, right now what we're doing is we're getting a tourniquet for Raymond's leg.
So this game really loves hunters.
Yes, if you love hunters, you're gonna see them everywhere. There's honestly a lot of oozes as well. But the thing is, I run past all of them, so you never see them. So you'll be mostly seeing the hunters in this run. Excuse me, you're in my way.
I would say I would be willing to venture a guess and argue that this probably has the biggest hunter quotient.
Yeah, because there's even, I don't know if you saw this, but there's also an invisible hunter in this game. And that's a fun one to deal with. Move.
Picnic? No way. Picnic Panic? Oh my god. That's
Sounds
the
like
same game
Go
I'm
ahead.
thinking of, which now I want to look
Wait,
it
is
up.
there a game called Picnic Panic? Like, is that actually a game? Because I thought
It's
they were just...
the DLC to the Messenger, I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's what it was. And it's an amazing game. I highly recommend it.
Well,
If you haven't
I'll
played
add
it.
it to my list of 300 other games I need to eventually go through in my
Oh, no,
life.
but this one, like, I mean, this should take like top spot. I'm not even joking. You
I
won't
used to
regret it.
run the base Messenger, and
8-bit?
that was a lot of fun.
You used to run the 8-bit category?
Yeah, the first part. The super fun part. Although, like, it's just super nostalgic for me because I love platformers in general, so...
I do love some platformers.
I actually played the game years before it got released. They unveiled it to the public for the first time in Mega, which is a small local video game festival in Montreal. And because these guys are from Quebec City. And I was with my son, he's severely autistic, doesn't speak a single word. He's nonverbal. He sees the game, walks up to it. And he's like 6 years old at the time.
Mhm.
Picks up the controller, stays there, plays for like 20 minutes. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, this looks good. And I'm like, give me a controller. And I play, and instantly, the minute I cloud stepped, I'm like, you guys are going to fucking kill it. I'm calling it right now. You guys, the core mechanic was just so good, so tight, so responsive. And I'm like, this is going to, like, you guys are going to kill everything. Like, I'm like, the music, the art style, everything, like, the quippy dialogue with Horrible, like, I'm like, you got something on your hands.
Do
And,
not...
oh, man.
I just
Love
love
that game.
face.
Big shout out to Sabotage Studio, who, by the way, broke over 1 million for Sea of Stars, their next game, which is the way the Messenger was a love letter to Ninja Gaiden. This is love letter to Chrono Trigger.
Oh wait, it's actually a love letter to Ninja Gaiden. I do love some Ninja Gaiden. I also love Chrono Trigger. I actually will look into that. Girl.
You really should. And their next game is a love letter to Chrono Trigger. But
I love it.
As in, it's a tribute and not a copy or a remake with a new skin. It's very much its own thing, but it wears its influence on its sleeve while honoring it and not emulating it.
That's good, because a lot of things that like to play tributes, which don't get me wrong, I understand playing tribute to a game, like especially a game you love, but a lot of times it seems like they're almost like copy and pasting it in weird aspects just with a different coat.
Panic played with a guitar.
Yeah, he was playing with a Guitar Hero controller.
Oh god no.
Yeah, that was Boo, by the way.
Nice. I was going to say, we have some runners in the community that play the Resident Evil games with Guitar Hero controllers.
That
Oh my
I
God.
And racing car game wheels. Seen that?
I was like, Clicks,
well-
the time I saw Clicks do like, what's a DDR pad, I was like, what? Go ahead.
DD plays the original Mega Man with a guitar controller.
Ugh. Oh god, the
don't
original
do
Mega
anything.
Man's also, oh lord, that game does not like you
That
or anyone.
game whoops my ass with a regular controller, so I don't know how he does it, but
You could just stare at a spike and it's like, you're dead, by the way.
he does 1 and 2 and 2 like
2
makes
is
me
better
just
design.
thinking
2
about
is
it.
definitely the better Mega Man game, but that's cool. That's really good. Now, if he could play I Want to Be the Guy. What the? Now, if he could do that, that's impressive. I don't recommend it, because that game's a meme. Oh, hold up. So that 100 gets stuck down there again. Young man. God, look at
My
him.
only feat is every so often I'll play the classics one-handed. And that's a lot of fun. The classic REs.
That sounds interesting. Like, do you play with controller or keyboard for it, though? Keyboard sounds like it'd be definitely a lot more manageable if you did that.
I actually have a disability that doesn't allow me to use keyboard and mouse, a physical disability in my right arm, so I play controller for everything on PC.
Okay.
But for those runs, for the classic runs, I use a Tartarus one-handed controller, one that's built to be one-handed. That's a keyboard, one-handed keyboard.
Oh, those things. Wow. I forgot they existed. That's cool. Also, I Revelatons, thank you. I wish it was typoed on that screen. I would die. Also, they missed an opportunity to have the last chapter be called Revelations, but no, it's The Queen is Dead.
Long live the queen.
Yep, basically. Long live the queen. Now we're in this underwater section, but thanks to the costume I have, we're gonna be just swimming casually without scuba gear and my pirate outfit, and Chris in his sailor outfit. So that's how we roll.
And this is gonna end up at the end of this level with the one of, if not the most difficult final boss in a Resident Evil game. I don't know how it is in this difficulty, but I do know at like the.
Really, you struggled with Norman?
Oh, I hate Norman. I hate him.
He's actually really easy, but the thing is, again, if you're not good at the dodging, I should have said his name, but it's whatever. I don't care. Oops. But yeah, I can understand for the first time it could be hard, but also
he also is like one of the most beautifully designed final bosses.
Oh, and the music in this area and his boss fight is great. I love it. And interesting fact, that's a beautiful little thing. Interesting fact, this, like, you can have the rocket. Alright, you pick up the rocket, but the thing is, if you use it and you do a new game plus save file, you won't have the rocket, which is weird. So if you're trying to do Inferno Mode, which I recommend keeping the rocket for the final boss, you literally cannot ever use the rocket ever.
Oh, these are the blobfish. They have to go to the dentist. I call
They
them
do. They're called lobsters, actually. Interesting fact.
Oh.
Yep.
We've got a $111
Oh, damn.
and 54-cent donation from Versabeta that says LOL.
Well, LOL.
Nice.
That's my kind of humor right there.
I love it. Love it. Love to see it. Alright, let's, I can actually be instant killed here if I'm not careful.
Oh, by the way, you were visited by the Slowpoke of Doom.
I see him on the stairs.
Oh, he's cute. Cutie
No,
patootie.
I mean, for everyone who's new around here, that's our tradition. Whenever a runner goes over estimate, Slowpoke shows up to bless the run. So
I'm just going to use my green screen tomorrow and already have a predestined background that has a bunch of Slowpokes on it. I'm just going to just do that in advance. Look at Sola, so confident she just skips the underwater handgun ammo that definitely shouldn't be working anyway, but you know, just grab it.
You just need to let it sun dry. I'll be fine. I need to be careful.
Their teeth on the blob monsters are. I can't handle it sometimes.
It's a really odd-looking monster, honestly. You only see it for this section and the beach section at the beginning of the game. After that, it's like, Oh, I should pick up that rifle. Is that it? That's fine.
I stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back.
Well, to be fair, the final difficulty in raid mode is called Abyss.
Well, there you go.
I mean, he's always watching. He's standing on my Samus Power Arm replica.
Well, there it is. It's my best
way.
Jeff Goldblum for you guys.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
I even do the mouth lick, too, that goes along with it, so.
Make it super sensual. I see.
Well, duh. So that actually now puts us less than $400 away from 4K, which is awesome.
It's amazing, and I mean, no pressure, but at some point we had over 6,000 people watching, which is pretty amazing.
They were watching me do bad at Rev 1. Nice! I know.
Imagine if everyone dropped $1. Just imagine.
Dude,
just think
that would
about
be amazing. Alright, here is Mr. Norman.
Now, if everyone drops $1, I will try to get to your donations to read them, but just...
No promises. I didn't want to pick up this ammo.
We're gonna end the
said-
marathon next Friday, and we're gonna have a full donation reading block
Oh my god.
at the end.
I did live reading once. It was interesting. I
bet it's interesting being actually reading and commenting and not actually playing it.
That's very Shakespearean. That scene, I find.
The one that we're watching now.
Yeah, where he becomes a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man after he freaks out for a second.
Yeah. This game is
machine
very
contains the truth.
heavily solicited in literature. There's actually, I didn't read it, but in the one of the previous rooms, there's actually a book open to one of the verses of Dante's Inferno, which is what this game is based off of in terms of literature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, each Revelations
Circles
game is
of
based off
Hell.
a book. Yeah, each of the Revelations games is based off a book.
Chat,
Yeah.
do you remember PDAs? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh god,
Oh
PDAs.
my god.
Also, Norman's just mad
Yeah,
because he
he
lost his Instagram feed on his mobile device.
You damn right he
Poor guy.
did. I do want.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Resident Evil game without a tyrant of some form.
Yeah, water fish tyrant.
This one's beautiful. Yo, Nika with the $1 says $1 donation train.
Let's go. I'm feeling it. We need less than 400 people to hop aboard.
So Solus is trying to hit this giant back knee as well as the front heart.
The back does more damage.
Yeah. While Norman is also running around teleporting.
He actually will not teleport if you just melee him. If you shoot at him, that's when he teleports.
What's with all this 420 quickscoping right there?
I do love some quickscoping now. And he's dead.
Was that time?
Yep, that's it. That should be the end. I'll see the final time of my run in a second. But yep, that's it.
Yeah, time. So GG Solus.
GG.
Besides that one meme death, the run went really well actually. Went better than I expected. Because especially since this is a game I don't play as often in terms of speedrunning. So, very happy with that.
It's all good. I probably wouldn't have beaten it under 5 hours. Or even 6.
155.22. Not, like I said, not bad. Not bad for not playing him for a bit. Cool.
That's pretty good.
Hey, the IGT was underestimate. Just put
yeah, I put like a little bit over, but what surprised me is because of the loading and some other stuff. Let's actually save this run.
It's all good. Just blame the controller. That's what
I blame
that's
RNG.
what you.
That's the speedrunner way.
You blame RNG, controller, anything that's not your fault. Blame the chat even. It's all your fault,
the good
chat.
news is there's 15 minutes set up between each run because we're changing runners. But in this case, all you have to do is change games. So we're just going to go to a quick 2-3 minute break, and we'll come right back with Resident Evil Revelations 2.
All right.
So
see you then.
Thank you.
Stay tuned, everyone.